Oh, hold on. What's up, everybody? I don't know if y'all got to hear me. Okay. What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Carlotta Chat with Show. Y'all might not have heard me when I first started out, but I had to do I said today I said I was gonna be quiet, I was going away. God, I done quit the advocacy business. I'm done. I'm about to be out in these streets like Jay-Z and Beyonce and all them. Shit, I don't get fucked. But I still just gotta say something. Man, this Jay-Z interview. I titled this Jay-Z the Snake Charmer because that's what essentially Jay-Z is. He's a snake charmer. Okay. You guys know what a snake charmer is? And you're the snakes. I mean, you're the snakes. He's charming you. Let's look up the definition of a snake charmer. And then all today that the use of we be using interviews and clips and everything is from the Fair Use Act. Um, and we're using this, we're going to talk about this and discuss because I want you guys to understand something. Your celebrities are not in the business of advocacy. They're not in the business of helping you politically live better day to day. Quit putting them up on pedestals that they don't. And what I mean, you can like their music. I love me some Jay-Z music. I love certain Jay-Z songs. Jay-Z used to be one of my favorite rappers. Okay. But I don't let Jay-Z decide politically for me what the hell I should be doing because I understand what he's doing. I understand he is totally controlled by white capitalism. So, and we all are to some point. Can we say this? We all are to a point. If you go to work every day, you got rules you adhere to as long as it doesn't mess up your ethics and values and things like that. But this interview said a lot to me. You know what it said to me today? The first thing that came out, what I was hearing, no offense, I don't want you Jill Scott stuff. I know she was using it for her husband. But I was like, he a bitch. And it made me think differently of Diddy and my hope for Puffy. Because one thing you could see at the end of Puffy questioning shit. Like even though Puffy had done a horrible, like he done a lot of, he ain't did all great things. But you could see him when he was on interviews questioning political structures, questioning how he got trying to turn the tide that he had created. Like you feel that Diddy right now might be in jail. He's serving his time, even though it's, to me it's symbolic time because he shouldn't have been serving no time at all for that crime because that the crimes they brought him up in jail for, that shouldn't have been. But to me, it's a symbolic thing that's happening for him. And once that man clears that path, I hope he comes out a different person. And I hope he's able to reflect and give us some understanding because it's gonna be nothing like a Diddy if he gets his mind together. And that don't necessarily mean he gotta be a socialist and all that stuff. I mean, he has a fair balance on things. Jay-Z, what I realized in this interview, and I seen most of it, and I watched it. Let me shout out this young man because I love this young man's content. I watch him a lot. Let me talk about him for real quick. Will Evans Live. I mean, he really does a good job. I watch him a lot, and he does such a good job on breaking stuff down. He's fair. He's balanced. He often looks at things in a fair, balanced way. Sometimes more fair than me. Sometimes I can look at him and I be like, "Dang, I could have been a little bit better." But I really enjoy his content. So y'all check out. He has a great breakdown of this interview that I thought was really good. It's Will Evans Live, okay, on YouTube. Just really check that out. Really, just to me, a great thing. Okay. Yeah, what I thought about with Jay-Z is that Jay-Z is so scared. Like he's a sanctimonious Sagittarius who really thinks he's really all that. And you know what I realized today that Jay-Z was a snake charmer in a lot of ways. And I used to like Jay a lot in personality. But the more I listen to him, the more I'm like, you really are like a little bitch. Like, you scared. You couldn't even do what Diddy did. You couldn't even face what Diddy faced. Even though Diddy was scared, you couldn't even do it. I don't know if you could do it. Like taking up for like going and face your issue, face your shit. I don't know. What I realized today is he more of a bitch than I thought. And like he really is right now just saying the white capital, please don't turn me away. He's out here in these streets really flip. I mean, he out here doing the work. He doing what the Epstein files said he does, which is keep the masses down. Like y'all motherfuckers was out there, y'all was buying tickets. He sold out 3 shows. I said, I don't care. I said, one of my family people want to go to the show. I said, shit, it don't matter. It don't matter whoever go to the show. If even I go to the show, it don't matter because our people really don't care. We don't have no perspective. We don't even care that they just said this man was selling us out. He was used to sell black people, keep black people politically unaware, no matter what side of the politics you fall on. And he thinks, and see, really, he does what I said is that he's a drug dealer. He really just has a drug dealer mentality. It has not changed. It's just expanded. Remember, they say money don't change you, it makes you more of what you already are. And the reason I'm doing this show is because black people, we have taken these celebrities. Me too. I've been guilty of it too. Where we put so much hope. They've made them the gurus. Malcolm X talked about this. Let me start off the show with Malcolm. Let me go look it up. I feel like I need to start it off with Malcolm. Because Malcolm kind of broke it down to us several years ago. And it's one thing I can understand celebrities. Sometimes you're up in a high place. You don't know you're doing things wrong because you really don't understand everything that's happening. And if that was what was coming on here to say in this interview, and if that's what he did, I would respect that. I'd be like, man, damn, he really just didn't know. He's a young dude, dope dealer. He didn't know what the fuck. He's just happy to see the money. I didn't know I was gonna sell out. Oh, gentrified brew. He's taking no accountability for nothing. As a matter of fact, he's making it like, I mean, damn, like, I'm successful. I'm trying to be like the Carnegies and everything. When I believe the word of God, yes, there are things you can admire about people who have done wealth and things like that. But some people do wealth at the point of exploitation. Wealth is okay. Nobody doesn't not want to make money or doesn't want you to make money. I always say on this show, I believe in fair markets, free markets. I'm a mixture with a little bit of socialism and regulation dabbed in. I think capitalism is a great system if it has regulations and little parts of socialism in it. A little bit of socialism gives it heart. But to me, you just can't have free markets running amok and all that stuff like that. It's just always can I just tell you, any human ideals and structure, socialist, if you think you a communist and you think that's the smart way, any of these things can be corrupt when you have one thing. Absolute power corrupts. Is that the quote? If you have one thing, it's going to be corrupted. No human thought is corrupt. You have to balance human thought with a mixture of a number of things. No one thing is right. That's why you have these parties that if you too much Democrat, you sound like a dum-dum. If you too much Republican, you sound like a dum-dum. I remember Bishop Jake said years ago, that just tell me where you stopped at in your form is your thoughts and stuff like that. If all you do is, no matter what the Republicans do, I'm a Republican, do it too. No matter what the Republicans jump off a bridge, I'm jumping off a bridge too. If the Republicans say I'm done, I'm doing this too. I mean, it's just really, it's like you can't let political parties shape your train of thought. And I feel the same way in terms of how we view how we view we're always growing, we're always learning, we're going to continue to make mistakes, but to look at wealth, at certain parts of wealth, and compare yourself to it, and then call yourself an advocate for your people is absolutely ridiculous. And thinking that you're going to give your people some sort of freedom by you continuing the the footsteps of the oppressor is wild. Okay, so let's look at I'm gonna start this off with Malcolm talking about celebrities, okay? Black celebrities, okay? And I don't know if we get that, because certain clips don't really get it like it should be. But let me see here. Let's see, I'm gonna try to pull one. Hold on. I'm trying to find it out. Okay, I want y'all to hear a little bit of all this of what Malcolm was saying. And it's not that I agree with everything Malcolm is saying. I mean, I agree with everything that Malcolm X says. I think Malcolm X was a genius before his time. I think Malcolm was one of the greatest thinkers of the 20th century. Even though I disagree, I'm not religious spiritually where Malcolm was. Whereas I'm not in his religion, but I thought he was one of the greatest political minds, and he had prophetic insight into what we were seeing and the underbelly and the undercurrents of things. And Malcolm was a prophet in his time that was not afraid to say what needed to be said. Even when he would say something wrong, Malcolm corrected himself. But he was very powerful in his insight and his ability to see what was going on underneath the surface in the systems around us, right? So I just want to play this part for y'all because I think it's really important. Let me pull it up here. Important to today before we get into Jay-Z, the snake charmer. Um, and I don't mind y'all going to I'm not, y'all gonna do what y'all gonna do, but I'm just trying to tell y'all gotta quit putting these people up as certain things. But hey, let's listen. I'm gonna get it up here.
Back by whites. I have a tendency to lead toward the Negro politician who is constantly condemned by the white power structure. This is my thought pattern. I'm giving you an insight of it. Being friendly and being a friend, I think, are two different things. I think there are many whites who act friendly toward Negroes. A fox acts friendly toward the lamb. And usually the fox is the one who ends up with the lamb chop on his plate. The wolf doesn't act friendly, and therefore the wolf has more difficulty in getting the lamb chop in his plate.
I'd like to point out, though, that...
And I say that because it is usually if you study the structure of the Negro community, economically, politically, civically, psychologically, and otherwise, it's controlled by the white liberal, who usually poses as the friend of the Negro, who actually differs from the white conservative in the same way that the fox differs from the wolf. Their appetite is the same. Their motives are the same. It's only their mannerisms and methods that differ.
I would agree that no doubt there have been a large number of whites who have posed as liberals and as friends of the Negro and who have time and again betrayed the Negro. On the other hand, I think one could point to a large number of whites who have struggled for civil rights, for equality, and have got little or nothing out of it, other than quite a few bruises.
Give me an example.
Well, the large number of white students who have gone into the South, for example, working for SNCC and other organizations.
Not working for SNCC or other organizations, but working for the white political machines who benefit by the voting efforts of Negroes.
Okay, I'll be more specific.
Now, whenever it takes...
Okay, so I wanted to put that up because what we are seeing is who controls Jay-Z, and the money usually behind people like Jay-Z are liberal whites in Hollywood, okay? And listen, I'm in the arts, so me saying this is, but I understand what it is, okay? And this was going on in Malcolm's day, okay? So let me go to this point in the interview. I want to talk about the celebrity.
Man, to sit in the same position as Secretary of Labor or Labor advice to some Negroes and stand on the sideline, but don't join the organization and then get at the head of it. And Negro community by white liberals. These are parrots that have been put
to a large number of Negro leaders who have consistently betrayed Negroes in a whole host of areas.
They aren't really Negro leaders. These are puppets that have been put in front of the Negro community by white liberals. These are parrots that have been put in front of the Negro community by white liberals. You can't name me a Negro leader who has been betrayed Negroes, who has not been endorsed, sanctioned, subsidized, and supported by the white liberals. The only Negro I know who is only Negro politician that I know who is constantly fought by white liberals is Adam Clayton Powell. And they call him a racist because he speaks so bluntly on the race issue.
Okay.
The black people should band together, who have the rights and the
I think hold on, y'all.
The best interests of...
I think I skipped a part. I'm going to go back, find it, so y'all can see it. Hold on. Okay. Here we go.
I just told you a little while ago, these leaders that they call leaders, this included Lena Horne, this included Dick Gregory, and this included comedians, comics, trumpet players, baseball players. Show me in the white community where a comedian is a white leader. Show me in the white community where a singer is a white leader, or a dancer or a trumpet player is a white leader. These aren't leaders. These are puppets and clowns that have been set up over the white community and over the black community by the white community and have been made celebrities and usually say exactly what they know that the white man wants to hear. I just told you a little while ago, these leaders.
Okay, and so Malcolm knew this back then. He already said, and even though, listen, I do believe some celebrities can be powerful political allies, powerful political people. Not all celebrities are self-evolved and some get it. Some are working some even in Malcolm's day work to support Malcolm. And you had some people like Sam Cooke. You had people who did work within those systems, and you have Muhammad Ali, who gave up a lot of his career early on, speaking out and doing things and stuff like that. It hurt Malcolm. It hurt Muhammad financially to be able to stand up to powers that be. Okay. It wasn't always easy. And I just wanted to play this because I'm only gonna say this one because, like I said, I'm like Huey right now. Huey in the Boondocks when he said, "I'm retired." I feel like I'm retired. Go out here and have fun like everybody else. I'm tired because you Negroes don't get it. I mean, it don't. We proved that we are not. We y'all let Jay-Z say he gonna have a concert. Y'all motherfuckers ran out. Y'all ain't even got no money, right? And we gas is high. He doing this in the middle of when gas is high, and he ain't no billionaire. I don't believe he should do none of that shit. They selling pancakes over there, cookie batter, gumbo pie. I mean, all kind of shit. I mean, These people are coming out in the middle of the economic problems and everything. We gas done went up and stuff. Here his monkey ass is getting ready to drop a concert for a lot of money. I don't care. Negroes do what you want. I'm gonna do what I want to. This shit. I ain't gonna feel no. I'm about. You can't feel it. You just gotta go on with your life. You know, I want to be about you and yours, like Jay-Z did. Y'all got a vet in them out here. I know she gonna keep on going. I'm tired. I said this I can't take no more. It's enough. I said I'll be being Mary Jane for a little while. I just want to go. I don't want to feel the burdens of y'all. Because Jay-Z show ain't feeling it. Beyonce show ain't feeling it. Yeah. This interview by Jay-Z. Snake charming. This is from the AI. It said it's an ancient street performance, primarily in India, where performing, often the Kalabia and Sapira communities, makes a snake, typically a cobra, appear to dance by swaying a wind instrument called a punji naskir. The snake does not respond to the music, but rather follows the snake's but follows the snake's defensive swaying movement based on sight, often feeling threatened. The practice has deep cultural roots in India, historical, respectable coexistence in mythology. Okay. And it says, and here's another thing for it. It's an entertainer commonly found in South Asia and North Africa who appears to hypnotize or control snakes, often venomous cobras, using music played from a flute-like instrument called the punji. Okay. They said in reality, the snake is reacting defensively to the vibration of the movement of the charmer and instrument, not the sound, which it cannot hear. But it's being it's being lulled. It's not acting like a snake. It's not acting. It's not seeing. It's why it's still being defensive. It's in some senses it's hypnotized. So the defenses are no good. The snake is under the snake charmer's control. And this is what Jay-Z was accused of being in the Epstein files. We need to go back and play that part. Let's see. Hold on, y'all. See if I can pull it up before we get into this interview. Okay. And consider this, y'all. I don't know where I'm at no more. I really am discouraged out here. I for real. I at the point of advocacy, at the point of helping. At one time, I was just like, I know what they say, and I talked about this the other day about if you're gonna be a lifeguard or if you're gonna be understanding when you jump in. I heard Bishop J say this: when you jump in to try to help a drowning person, they're gonna fight. The first thing they're gonna do is try to fight you. And you got to know how to be a calming energy because otherwise they can take you both down or whatever. We've been so induced as a people. We are some of the most, I don't even know what to say. Like we are some of the most creative. Hold on, y'all. We are some of the most creative people in the world, and we've been through a lot in America. And I don't think it was an accident of what we had to endure. Even though the people say the devil may have meant it for your bad, but God meant it. God worked it out for our good. Whatever it was meant for bad, but it ended up because we became so powerful through it. But we've also had a lot of weaknesses that we should be over by now, and we should be mature at by now. Yes, as a people, we should be different. We should be, it's like I remember hearing, when I heard Harry Belafonte talking about Martin, talking about how he was feeling melancholy because he was scared that he had integrated his people into a burning house. And he said, but they must be they have to be the fire people to put out the fire. They got to be the moral compass. And you would think that we would have more wisdom than we do. We would hold these people like Jay accountable. Like we would, but what we've become, we so induced, and even myself, just by entertainment and it is. I mean, and they making money. We getting the bag. Oh my God, we just have we're sounding just like our oppressors at any cost. It don't even matter. Get the bag. Fuck you. I'm gonna get this bag. Fuck what y'all talking about. I'm gonna get this bag. The community, we be on cold, but on cold for the wrong shit. And I'm for you making money. I ain't against nobody making money. And I heard that little 0.0.0.1 Land J using the thing, and we're going to play that interview in a minute, talking about if I had 0.0.0.1, because I was the only person saying that back in the day, it don't matter, I won. Did you win? Did you? Now you won because you think it's just about this here. See, I'm a spiritual person. I know it ain't about just how you live on earth. I know there's eternity. So I'm not very, you can live a certain way. You can live good here all day. You live in eternity forever. But that's not neither there or here, because we've been taught as a people that we were wrong to look at eternal things. That it's not just about this life. Oh, see, you looking for the great pie in the sky. No, we're not looking for, it's not about reward. You can get reward, and it's like this. You are supposed to get reward and good things. You're supposed to live and learn from your bad things, everything in this life. But what the understanding of eternity is that there is a world beyond your lifespan. And how you treat this moment, and I'm trying to get this myself, y'all. I ain't just preaching to y'all. I'm trying to get it myself. How you live in this moment determines what that world will be like for you. And you will spend more time in eternity than you will spend in this world. Most of you will. Now, it depends on how the word of God, how the Lord tear you all that stuff. I ain't got time to go into all that. It doesn't mean that you just wait around a great car and a spy. No, it just it's just acknowledging that I am a spiritual being. And I know the treatment of how I treat people, how I move in this earth span is going to be important. I don't just live here. Remember that song, I'm building me a home. They singing in the start of I'm building me a home. And they singing it before singing the slaves used to sing about it. They talking about, hey, they on earth, they in this space building a home. People mistook that and started saying all they was looking for was a great pie in the sky. No, they were understanding this ain't it. Now, if you don't adhere to that, don't even worry about it. You ain't got to even listen to what nothing, damn thing I'm saying. Okay? But for people who understand that you are a spiritual being and that you have purpose in this life and how you live your purpose in this life, you will understand that everything, that people, how you move, is not just about the bag. But how you live has consequences. Okay. Okay. So I was looking for something. I was saying I was going to find something. Yeah, if I hear a lot of beeping, excuse me, somebody outside beeping. I was trying to think. Oh, Jay-Z, Brooklyn. Let me pull this up. See if I can pull. Let me see here. I'm gonna try to see if I can pull it up, y'all, so y'all can. Let's see. This one thing I want y'all to hear before. Okay, let me see. Well, I'm trying to find it for y'all. Okay, I may have to go over into another section. So y'all, give me a moment here. I'm getting this pulled up here. And then we'll go into we're looking at little parts of the interview. Okay. Okay. Okay, yeah, I thought I'd be finding it and I haven't found it yet. We might have to skip that part and I'm just gonna go on to what Okay, let me let y'all hear. I'll let y'all hear this thing I listened to today. Okay, so this kind of has a little bit. This is a guy talking about this whole thing a little bit today. This is somebody saying Black Americans are mentally broken race of people, just like Africans collectively we are worthless people. I disagree with that, but this is what somebody was saying today on this TikTok thing, but I want to get you more to hear this point that this person was pointing out here. Okay, so hold on here. We can bring this over.
Air Force Ones. Two historic nights, Jay-Z, July 10th and July 11th. Look at the stage. Look at the stage setup. This might be harder to get tickets to than it was for Cowboy Carter. And I'm a fan of both.
It wasn't hard to get tickets for
Before we
Cowboy
can really
Carter.
get into the stage, let's talk about the ticket packages
They were selling
Hove is
tickets
offering.
cheap.
All right, we got the on sale General Public, City pre-sales, Rock Nation pre-sales, VIP pre-sales, NYY pre-sales, a Legends package pre-sale.
There's literally an email in the Epstein list praising Jay-Z for helping them get rid of poor people. They're happy that Jay-Z helped them get rid of black folk so that they could build a stadium, an arena, and also get rid of black folk in the entire neighborhood so they can price us out, so they can build houses that we cannot afford. There more than enough evidence of Jay-Z betraying black people, but let Jay-Z decide he's doing a tour. We are the poorest demographic in America, but watch how much everybody's going to scrap and scrape and their tax return. Everyone is going to. He chose this moment, this particular time, because while we are currently broke, he knows releasing this at tax time, where everybody's got their tax return money already.
Mm-hmm.
We love our oppressors. We love anything that destroys and kills us. Black Americans and Africans are the same in that we are mentally broken.
I do believe we got mental issues when it comes to, especially because entertainers have been put up in our face so much. Jay-Z is allowed to play in y'all face right now. He coming on here playing in y'all face. That's what he really doing. But first of all, I'm gonna say this for my people, just in case. I'm gonna say this for my people. Sometimes, because they did the illusion of Beyonce's concerts selling out and shit too. We all know it was even with the Renaissance. And the real truth of the matter is, I told y'all that was some fishy numbering. I still don't know the real truth. I don't know if you will ever know the real truth, because what was happening was scalpers was buying them tickets. It was a bunch of motherfucking scalpers buying them tickets, and it looked sold out. They was buying them. See, that's the dirty little secret. Jay-Z done sold out for 2 days. The dirty little secret is it might be a lot of scalping companies and stuff like that buying these tickets. And what happens, what you'll find, wait a couple of months down the line, and you'll really see if that motherfucker sold out. And let me tell you why. Because what'll happen is you'll start seeing they'll see if they can sell those tickets for expensive. That's what was happening with a lot of Beyonce's Renaissance shows, and before they start bringing on Blue Ivy and stuff, and some of those Cowboy Carter shows. What was happening is a lot of the allegedly people were saying that the ticket sellers had bought all these tickets up, making Beyonce shows look sold out, but they were having to sell those tickets allegedly at a loss, cheaper than what they bought them. It was people saying they was getting Beyonce tickets at Cowboy Carter for $30 because the scalpers was they lost money allegedly. So a lot of this is tricks plays, okay? These people are on a publicity tour trying to save their brain. And they don't want the white capitalists to turn on them because they know the next step might be Diddy Link or Kelly Link. Let's go ahead and watch this interview, okay? Now, I want to say this. It says in January, Jay-Z sat down with GQ's Fraser Thorpe, which has got to be a friend of Jay-Z. Jay-Z didn't do an interview. To me, he would probably have done one with, I was surprised with Angie Martinez, and he probably will do one with Angie. It's a publicity tour right now. And he probably would do one with Gayle King, because those are all the little kiss ass, people who will not ask hard questions. But he won't sit down with somebody who won't ask that hard shit. Okay. So it says in January, Jay-Z sat down with GQ's Fraser Thorpe in Los Angeles for 2 candid conversations, his first in-depth interviews in years, okay?
Very private. You took it on tour.
Okay, let's look at
On someone. Like that's the thing that you better be super sure. So healing. I'm fucking Jay-Z. Respectfully.
Or
Like for what? To what end?
okay, we on certain parts of the interview we gonna skip that we really don't need to hear.
how would you rate your 2025? Like looking back on the last year?
It was hard. Really hard. I was like heartbroken.
Really?
Yeah. I'm glad we got right to that. So we could just get that out the way.
Okay.
Like I was really heartbroken by like everything that occurred.
Mm-hmm.
With all like, we in the space now where it's just like almost like consequence is not thought about enough. So everything is so instant. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And like that whole Busby,
The civil lawsuit that was dropped, dismissed.
that shit took a lot out of me. I was angry. I haven't been that angry in a long time. Uncontrollable anger. Like if you don't put that on someone, like that's the thing that you better be super sure. It used to be like that. Like you have to be super sure before you put those kind of things on a person, especially a person like me. Like even when we were doing the worst things, we were doing bad, we had those kind of rules. There was a line, no women, no kids. You hear those sayings, but those are things that I took from the street. Morals, integrity,
Code.
those things I took because we lived and died by that. So it's strict for me. Like it meant a lot.
That's a lie. Nick, you right. I'm gonna stop right there because I've been around. I have hood family. I have family members who been street niggas for real. Okay, it's no honor among thieves. That shit is so true. And you talking about wife and kids? Shit, who you talking about? What? What? No, they wasn't. No, wife and kids wasn't off limits. Some of the dirtiest, grittiest shit I've ever seen is street shit. Don't let him even fool you. It was an idea of honor and ethics. They would have liked to follow some fucking honor and ethics, but none of them motherfuckers had honors and ethics. So are you crazy? You think you can be in a mafia with honor and ethics? It was a pretend code. That's why they got. How you think the mafia got rats? Because that kind of energy breeds. When you think that you can put out funky ass energy and get back good things? No, you can't. Don't let I'm gonna stop you right there. That's why I'm telling you about to try to fool somebody. Yeah, see, because in the street, we ain't had nothing about it. Wouldn't know wife and kids is off limits. Yet these motherfuckers, let me talk about street niggas right for a minute here. Okay? Less than a very small percentage of the community, but will sell out the community for a Louis Vuitton purse. To ride around in a fire-ass car. Nino Brown fucking mentality. We'll give away turkeys at Christmas, but motherfuckers be selling crack to everybody and making the community a horrible place. I'm like, well, I got to survive out here in these streets. Ain't no way. And he can't go get a fucking job. Don't want to go get making every excuse to do bad. That's what street code is. Don't sit up here and try. This is a sanctimonious Sagittarius talking shit. Okay? No, you cannot religify street culture. And you know what? Street Negroes were the very ones in the 90s who be outside in front of the school waiting for the young girls. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? You know how many street dudes that was older than me used to try to holler? I'm 15, they 25. And then I had every now and then you have one that was moral. Girl, you know you gonna be fine. Girl, you know you fine, boy, but hey, but no, nobody touch you. Every now and then you have one of them. And probably they was like that way because they knew I had a daddy that was a street. You know what I'm saying? And people knew my dad. You know what I'm saying? I had hood people around me. hood relative. Okay? But most of them, for the most part, there is no morality in the streets. Don't let this Negro tell you that. That's why he's up there. That's why he can play in this game he's playing in. Because he never had morals to begin with. He thinks that he had an ethic. Oh, no, not even the streets. I learned ethics from the streets. That tells me everything I know. We can end this right here. Right here, right here. That tells me everything I know. I said, oh, you learned ethics from the streets. Okay.
Lot to me. I took that really hard. And I knew that we was gonna walk through that. Mm-hmm. We was gonna walk through that. Because, it's the first one.
And by the way, I never bought the story about Jay-Z and Diddy and all this stuff, even though the Epstein files do mention allegedly, Jay-Z watching. They said Jay-Z watched in that instance too. And I do remember an incident where I recall an interview. Jay-Z was doing an interview. I can't remember who it was with. And it was a girl on the side, like it was some strip club or something. She was doing all kind of ratchet shit. And he was just doing that. He was just doing the interview comfortably. So I don't know. You know what I'm saying? He might be a watchman. I don't know. Allegedly. And we all know the alleged rumors about. But I never bought that one. And let me tell you why, because I knew something bigger was coming. I always say people don't be psychologically fooled. A lot of this shit is red herrings to prepare you for. They picked the worst shit ever. They know he's getting ready to have a bunch of shit. They probably found out a year or so ago that he was in the Epstein files. They probably knew that maybe a couple years ago. They found out there's something big coming. You in the Epstein file. We got to put something absolutely ridiculous out here and make it seem like you done it recently to distract from the solid things in the files. A red herring is what they call them. They said a red herring is a distraction used to divert attention away from the primary issue, argument, or literature, or in literature, the true culprit. Okay? That is a lot of what people do. They'll put out the most ridiculous shit. Like you be like, what? Like he was in a room with a 12-year-old and have the most ridiculous. See, I don't know how these people, because there's so much money being exchanged out here. He's got so much white capitalist money behind. And I'm not gonna say white because it's not fair for me to say, because there's some white people out there, a lot of white people who have grown, who are feeling the heat and issues and problems of the government, and who are understanding the fight for oppression. Let me just say this: the overall white supremacy culture that puts money behind this man understands that they was going to have a problem, and he's one of their greatest projects. So, am I surprised that he had that come out first? Because it's something so ridiculous and it's easy for him to fight. And that the press focuses on it, like, oh yeah, you can't hold on, let me see here, y'all. You can't yeah, that's because that makes it. See, once he could knock that one thing off, then everything else that comes along, if it's weaker, is gonna seem like it's a lie too. Do you get what I'm saying? So they often use these things like the Epstein files to throw people completely off. Okay. I mean, not things like the because the bigger issue is what we did see in the Epstein files, not just him hanging with Harvey Weinstein allegedly as far back as the 90s, but also the fact that that he is called that people are saying that this is a person who is who will sell out his community. you know, that he will, and I'm really wanting to find that. Let me see if I can find that article. I don't, that young man talking about, let me see, y'all. Hold on. Jay-Z and the Epstein files. I'm gonna try to see if I can find it for y'all to, that he gives a really good extensive, let me see here. I'm gonna see if I can find it because I really think y'all should hear that. Let's see. I think I should have it down here somewhere. Okay, you guys. I'm trying to find it. Because I really think. Okay, I think I got it. Okay. Yes, I do. Okay. So I'm gonna let y'all hear this young man. He's Jean Paul Forte, and he's talking about they will use identity politics to rob you. Okay, so and you know what? I kind of misunderstood last time what he was talking about. What he meant was identity politics at all costs, like where you just looking at race and you're not seeing somewhat beyond it, because what people will do is hide behind a lot of black American, which is black American, which shout out to what's her name? I forget that lady's name. She's the one person to say, only person we owe anything is is black Americans, because if she understood, I forget that Republican's name, because a lot of people have attached on to the justice claims of black Americans, and which we're the one group that never have gotten paid back for what happened to our ancestors, but yet everybody attaches on to it and uses our justice claim because it's a legitimate one to to service theirs. Okay, but I'm going to let you hear what this young man says about Jay-Z and the Epstein files. Okay, so check this out, and then we'll go back to the interview.
The face of the Brooklyn Nets, so white billionaire real estate developers could buy up historically black and working class neighborhoods and then jack up the prices. And it was all admitted in the Epstein files. In February 2014, a Jess Staley, a high-level executive at Barclays Bank, and Barclays might sound a little familiar because it shares the name with the Barclays Center, the home of the Brooklyn Nets, emailed Jeffrey Epstein, and he said, it's all about hip blacks in hip cars with white women. The people that should be in the streets have been bought off by Jay-Z. That's not a conspiracy. That's them actively talking about keeping working class communities docile by using faces that they're familiar with. So what is this billionaire banker referring to? Well, in 2004, billionaire real estate developer Bruce Ratner bought the New Jersey Nets, but not because he liked basketball. He bought them because he wanted to utilize eminent domain laws in New York City, specifically Brooklyn, so that he could not only get subsidized for his project to the tune of $800 million, but avoid $100 million in property tax per year. So Ratner is trying to buy up large portions of historically black and working class neighborhoods in Brooklyn for a real estate development project he called Atlantic Yards. Now he promises if the city gave him this like $1 billion in subsidies, then he would offer just over 2,000 units of affordable housing. Now remember, these guys are absolute sickos. So 2,000 units of affordable housing roughly means 1,700 units of housing offered to families that make at least $150,000 a year, which I will tell you was dramatically different than the current demographics of Brooklyn and the areas where the Barclays Center was when Ratner bought the Nets. Anyone that would have seen what was going on would have come to these same conclusions. So how did he avoid the problem? He got Jay-Z to be the face of the project. Jay-Z started making songs about asking LeBron to come to New York and fueling this message that Jay-Z was the hometown hero from the Marcy projects that rose all the way up so that he could buy the Nets and bring Brooklyn a basketball team. But instead, he was just the tool to sell the entire neighborhood off to white billionaires. They used Jay-Z's story to make him the face of the Brooklyn Nets so white billionaire real estate developers could buy up historically Black and working class neighborhoods and then jack up the prices. And it was all admitted in the Epstein files. In February 2014, a Jess Staley,
Okay. So you guys saw that. And what I'll tell you this is a lot of times when eminent domain and things like that or things like that get done, they offer people in the neighborhoods some sort of money. I even heard the idea, some people say they got paid more. Some people got paid more than others, depending on how close to the Barclays Center you were. But oftentimes, even when they pay you a lot of money, it displaces the community. They are buying those properties because those are some of the best real estate in the community. And a lot of times our people just see these big old checks and they don't understand that now you have to look for housing in a higher in New York City in a much higher market. Things have become much more expensive. Even if they gave you $1 million, it's still, that ain't nothing in New York. Okay. And to move out of a prime real estate area where you can probably move around the city easier, if you don't have the money or finances or things like that, it's so much more. So sometimes you're giving up these very exclusive properties, and you're getting much less for them, and you're not understanding how those moves they break you within a year. Whereas if you've been used to a system or a certain like that, it's really kind of robbery. Okay. So that's what I want you. So that's what I wanted you to talk about. So now we're going to go back to the Jay-Z interview. Let's see. Hey.
So it's not true. And the truth is, at the end of the day, it still reigns supreme.
When you're feeling these feelings, how do you then bounce back and get back to being Jay-Z?
I don't know. This is the first thing I'm doing.
Yeah,
actually. It's just all right, man.
And let me just say this:
we played enough defense.
And let me just say this: it's not a matter of when I talk about red herrings, I'm saying that was the big dog right there. That these white executives who are no punks in the industry were talking to Epstein about Jay-Z being able to subdue allegedly some form of black politics and black people by being the face of these projects and getting and exploiting, using that using his face in the community because we think he's, he down with the culture and all this stuff like that. But really, what I learned years ago, I remember my grandparents, they were big on things. I grew up with a lot of kids who end up not doing well and stuff like that. I mean, sometimes they got into drug dealing and everything like that. And because my grandparents, we had known them since I was, they couldn't, they wasn't hanging around my house all the time, nothing like that. But they were welcome to come by the house or something like that. See, because my grandparents had been knowing them since they was little. And often I'd be talking and and I was a little encourager back then, you know what I'm saying? I'd be trying to talk and encourage. And sometimes I still didn't know, I'd be as a young girl getting tempted by certain things too. But my grandpa said, my grandpa used to tell me, ain't shit. One of them can't get you that I can't get you. Yeah, me and your daddy can't get you. Which is facts. You know what I'm saying? But and he always used to say to me too, there's a price for all that. And I remember some of my friends, like, I'd be like, man, and they come over, I had one friend had a like brand new Jeep. My grandpa looking at it, just shaking his head. And he'd be like, boy, he'd say to someone, boy, you better get off them streets before they kill you. Cause my grandfather was a thug back in his day. You know what I'm saying? So, and I remember my grandfather always telling me the story about him almost getting killed one night. And that's what changed his life. But you and my grandfather was so good back in the day in Kansas with, like, when he lived in Kansas with a knife, that for years my grandpa was not allowed to carry a knife in Kansas, like well into when I was a teenager. You know what I'm saying? Like, he was known to be really fast with one and everything like that. So he was a known in his, so he knew what that lifestyle would do to people. And he would often say to me, he'd be like, and I say, well, that they really I say, well, it's so they really cool, they still, they love me and protect me. My grandpa be like, no, they don't, because if they protect you, he said, we still let them come over because we know we've been knowing them since they little. He said, but I don't let them come over. You don't make it a habit of them coming over here. He said, but really they should be nowhere near you. Because what they're doing is they've gone into destructive mode. Now, remember, he told me never trust a person that's gone into their own destruction. And these were some people I loved growing up. I loved them. And I remember my closest friend I had since I was like, we were so close. And he was living that life. And he finally started straightening up. He was going back to school. I remember we went to his track. We were so proud. We were so proud of him, everything. But one of the things he never could get out of, remember, he came to my house one day and we sat on the porch together. And often, sometimes, every now and then, not too much anymore, but he used to come visit me in my dreams sometimes after he passed away. And he was killed he was about 17 going on 18. And I remember he told me, he said, I had a dream. And he told me I was just laying out in the street with blood. He told me this ahead of time. And I was like, oh, that don't have to come to pass and everything like that. And I remember me and my grandpa talking about it, my grandmother said, you know why that's going to come to pass? She said, because he won't let go of them other friends. He's trying to change, but he won't they're going to get him in some trouble. And the whole thing I remember they said, I remember my grandmother said back in those days, she said, when the police used to hearing you getting in trouble and you a menace to society, I remember they telling them that, talking about they'll wait till they'll stop they'll be slow to come to their rescue. I was like, and that was back in the day in the crack era, right? But this friend was really starting to straighten up his life. He was really changing over. He was killed from something that he tried to help some friends out at a party because he was the guy who knew how to fight. And he beat up these guys, and the guys were so scared of him. They were scared of his former reputation, which he was not acting in anymore, had just really changed, really going back, doing really great in school and stuff. Killed him, just like he said. And I remember that day, he came to my house that day. And normally I would have walked him because we used to walk, and for some reason, it was so funny. He was on his bike. And I remember I was dating a guy at the time, and he hadn't met him yet. And he was like, oh my God, because they had the same name. And I remember watching him go. And the reason I didn't walk with him up that street like I normally do is because and it was strange that he was even on a bike, because he would normally have his car, but he said he wanted to ride the bike that day. And I normally would walk with him up to the store because we'd be laughing and talking, but he stopped by to use the phone real quick or whatever. That was in the days when we didn't have phones and cell phones and stuff like that. And I remember watching him go down the street and turn that corner. And I remember the guy I was dating at the time said, wow, why are you watching him like that? I said, I don't know. And I remember going in the house, and about 5 hours later, people coming beating on my door, telling me, hey, you got to come down this. Something's happened to it's him, and you need to come. And I laughed because I thought, oh, what he done did. He done got in this fight with somebody. He done this and that. But this time, and I remember that dream. And I just remember like being like, wow. And it's so funny because he has a child now that's older than what he would have been. You know what I'm saying? That he way older than what he made it to. But I remember that mentality, even him telling me, it was people in that kind of world there's never honor. And my grandparents always let me know that there's never honor. You got anybody who's gone into degeneracy, you always got to be careful of. I remember my grandma used to say that about one of my friends, talking about she's a degenerate. And I used to laugh. I used to say, stop saying that. She said, no, I ain't lying to you. Yeah, she said, you want a babysitter. She said, but you better watch that little, don't trust her nowhere. And I wouldn't go certain places and stuff because my grandma would be telling me, don't trust, because she had went over into another space. Just because I knew her from the time we was kids didn't mean that she was safe for me anymore. She had become something different. I remember my grandma looking at her one day, came out there, she said, mm-mm. And then I had one friend who was who had really turned bad. She had gotten on crack and everything like that. And she was different. She knew my grandma would be like, she knows she a degenerate. She ain't gonna never put you in no space. And she would come over, I feed her, we feed her. I sit on the porch with her. She cried, and she go back out in the streets. I'd be like, man, shit. That's stuff. I don't know what to say. But I knew not to go hanging around her. You know what I'm saying? It'd be like, it was just like to come and maybe get some help or felt some sort of closeness and encouragement. But that was never, it's never, degenerates never have, when you've gone into a cycle of degeneracy, even if you hear former crackheads, they'll tell you they was like so fucked up in their head, they couldn't even, they was not trustworthy to be around. I had a relative one time. One of my family members, I ain't gonna say one of my family members got their car taken by one of their spouses had ended up on crack real bad. I mean, talking about he was well-to-do. This was in the crack era. Well-to-do guy. He ended up on crack really bad. This particular relative had a Benz. And my family, my dad's family is kind of a little wilder and stuff like that. I was over at one of my dad's family's relatives' house, me and my mom. We pull up, and this particular relative is cracked out. She was cracked out at the time. She ran, and as we were pulling up, my mother looks at this car and says, that looks like such and such car. And so as we get out the car, the relative come running up to us talking about, oh, I came by here as soon as I could. This is the crackhead, okay? I knew y'all was coming. And you know what? She said, this particular relative, she was telling us that this particular relative's spouse had given away her beans to get some crack. And she said she knew whose car it was, and she knew that this particular relative was a godly woman, and she was scared of God. That's what she said. She was scared of God. She was scared of God. Otherwise, she would let that car, even though she knew who it was. She said, when he went in the store, I drove off with it. She put her own life in danger because she came to get some drugs from this particular person. And people went straight, but she was more scared of what God. That tells you she nothing else could reach her, but that reached her. And I remember we was like, what? But nothing else. And not long after that, she got off of that stuff. But I'm telling y'all, when people have gone into degeneracy, whether it's not even just crackhead, okay? When people are drug dealing and stuff, when people are doing something that you can't quite trust it because they've gone into a space that you don't understand. I remember one night I was watching the ID was the Fatal Attraction. Was it Fatal Attraction? I think it was Fatal Attraction. One of them, the ID channel, something on the ID channel, child. And this particular girl had known this girl since she was young. She had known her since they grew up together. They was great friends. had little times where they grew apart or something like that. But that was always one of her best friends. But the other friend had went over into a lifestyle that was just treacherous. It was just nasty work, right? She was dealing with dealers. She was dealing with all kind of stuff and everything. And so she had this abusive boyfriend and everything. So her friend went over to see her one time, and her friend was like, just loving her and just gave her some things that she needed and everything. The boyfriend comes up with the plot to her friend that she didn't know. She knows her friend has gone over into degeneracy, but she still kind of care for her, And so this girl was doing well. So he comes with a plot like, let's rob your friend, let's rob her and rape her. This is a story I saw on the ID channel, and the girl is so far gone because she with this man after her friend done showed up to the house to help her. She goes with it, sets her friend up, and they robbed this friend and put her in the back of the car they was gonna go try to go rape her and she was gonna allow her boyfriend to rape this girl, her best friend she been knowing since childhood. But she had got on drugs and this man was her other drug, okay? And she was just gone. And a friend so happened when they got on the highway, the friend, they had that thing, that thing you pull in the back for the trunk. She pulled that thing and jumped out of the thing on the highway and hurt her, but she got away. All from helping degeneracy. And I'm saying this. I know I'm going far on this, but this what I'm saying is what Jay-Z talking about, he learned from the streets. No, you didn't learn that from the streets. There's no honor in the streets. There's very few honorable men in the streets. Very few. There's some that will save certain situations because they care. But when it's gone into degeneracy, ain't nothing. And if you ain't came out, if you still thinking like that, you still in degeneracy.
2026 is all offense. When we first dropped Reasonable Doubt, we sold 34,000 records. We were in at MTV, give us a performance in the last slot.
Yeah.
And they were like, what? You don't even have a video that we played. They ain't say these words, but you know what I'm saying. The energy was like, you're new.
Yeah.
You haven't proven yourself. But in our mind, the fact that we released an album was proof enough of concept. We did it. That was hard then. We remember, we're not in control of this deal, right? So again, everything in your life, it's not happening to you, it's happening for you.
When you
don't skip over that.
Yeah.
It's not happening to you, it's happening for you. So you just got to know the distinction. Everything is just how you relate to it. There's no good or bad. Shit happens.
You see what he's saying? There's no good or bad. Shit happens. Okay, see, this is how this person is thinking. There's no good or bad. Now, in some ways, I understand a little bit of what he's saying. He's saying how you react to things is important, but there is good and bad. Okay, this is so you can shake yourself from the bullshit you've been doing. Okay, let's finish listening to him. Okay?
It's life.
When did you reach that acceptance of that concept, though?
I read a lot of books earlier, Seed of the Soul, Celestine Prophecies, and, all these different books.
And you know what? I heard Mike, I was listening to Evans and the young man, and he was talking about he was going to look at these books. I am too, because a lot of times you can see where people's mindset is coming from. Okay. And you can see what's shaping them, and you know what you're dealing with. Okay.
And I was picking up all these gems and jewels on the way, but I was also 26 when I came in, and I lived a lot of life in those 26 years. Marcy to Trenton, New Jersey, to Cambridge, Maryland, to Newport News, Virginia. I met all sorts of people, been in all sorts of situations.
Mm-hmm.
And I came out without a scratch. Never been to jail.
3 shots never touched me.
3 shots never touched me. I came out unscathed. It was very rare. And I was always curious after.
Interesting. I don't believe that what comes around, sometimes God gives us grace and mercy in our lives. That sometimes what could have came around didn't come around because of God's grace and mercy. But this is a motherfucker that's been running from that's been able to get away with a lot of shit. And so yeah, listen, continue.
To that. Once you reach that part, like I've had the living, and now I'm like, man, why did that happen? I'm always questioning, like, why did that happen? Why did it happen that way?
I want to ask you just a little bit about A Written Testimony specifically, just because that was the most recent release. I think it came out like right before the pandemic started. So
yeah,
you guys
like
didn't
the
talk
day.
about that much. The day.
Yeah, my favorite verses off that just jumbled track. You know, I love that track. It's so noisy and just so unorthodox. Flux capacitor.
You know what's funny about that? So I don't know if you remember this. You and I were emailing about that because I wrote about that album. And I said, this verse is crazy, even if it's offbeat.
Yeah.
And you said that being offbeat was the point, champ. And I was like, well, what can I say to that?
Yeah. Sometimes you need to sit in the pocket. 'Cause my pocket is always, it's like with a foot over the thing anyway. It's always hanging to the last moment. And it's like, because sometimes I try to fit a lot of words into like a small space. Then that last word just see the world for what it is, not for what I want it to be. I'm a realist, not an ideal. It's not idealistic.
Derogatory sense.
Yeah, I think in that verse specifically.
Said that being offbeat was the point, champ. And I was like, well, what can I say to
that? Yeah. Sometimes you need to sit in the pocket. 'Cause my pocket is always, it's like with a foot over the thing anyway. It's always hanging to the last moment. And it's like, because sometimes I try to fit a lot of words into like a small space. Then that last word just like get in the door.
Sticking with A Written Testimony, you have a couple of verses on there that I really like because they kind of speak to what's going on with you in a broader sense in the culture, like on Universal Soldier. I think it is when you said that you don't keep the same energy for the DuPonts and the Carnegies.
Yeah.
So I wanted you to talk a little bit about this idea of like you said earlier, like the things that you do for the culture, the ways that you put on, the ways that you try to protect and move forward, but kind of the pushback that you get sometimes about like people throw capitalists at you in a derogatory sense.
Yeah, I think in that verse specifically, the only thing I heard coming up was the American dream until we started being successful. And it was like, wait a minute, you're selling out because you're making money. That was the first thing that was
hold
put
up.
on
And nobody cares about you making money. That's just when people say, and I already knew it was a thing when he was talking about you don't got the same smoke for the DuPonts and the Carnegies. Are you supposed to be a fucking DuPont and Carnegie? No, we ain't got the same smoke for them because we figure you're our people. You've seen the worst of the worst of the worst, but really this is still a drug dealer. You do understand. DuPont's, those people have certain mentalities of exploitation. And it's not about making money. You know, it's what people often get confused in the Bible. They say it's the root of money. That's the money, root of money. Money is the root of all evil. No, the Bible does not say money is the root of all evil. One thing God understood is that in this world we have to live. And that money is an exchange in how we live in this world. But what the Bible says is the love of money is the root of all evil. When the Bible also says don't desire to be rich, even though we all got that, desire to be rich. But it says that because rich men sometimes don't have money, the love of money starts to consume them and not values and ethics. Rich people. But remember in the scripture when the Bible says, when Jesus said when Jesus, the wealthy man, he meets the wealthy man, and the wealthy man's like, hey Jesus, I'm for you. I wanna roll with you. And Jesus is just sitting there looking. He said, okay, well then sell all you have and give it to the poor. And the man like, huh? Because Jesus knew that was his thing. He was into wealth. That wealth, his wealth, he wouldn't give up his wealth for him. He said, sell all you have and give to the poor. let me help, because a lot of y'all gonna start saying it's not about the Christianity. I'm not trying to preach to y'all Christian. I'm trying to preach you principle. You can take out the Christianity part, but principle, okay? Let me put this time. Let me look it up. You don't have to be a Christian to understand the values and ethics against exploitation. I'm just using biblical principles so that you can understand him. Okay, let me see. Understand them in a broader sense. Let's see. Okay, it's Mark 10:17-31. It says, as Jesus was starting out on his way to Jerusalem, a man came running up to him, knelt down and asked, "Good teacher, what must I do to inherit eternal life?" "Why do you call me good?" Jesus asked. "Only God is truly good. But to answer your question, you know the commandments. You must not murder. You must not commit adultery. You must not steal. You must not testify falsely. You must not cheat anyone. Honor your father and mother." Teacher, the man replied, "I've obeyed all those commandments since I was young," right? Okay. Looking at the man, Jesus felt genuine love for him. "There's still one thing you haven't done," he told them. "Go and sell all your possessions and give the money to the poor, and you will have treasure in heaven. Then come follow me." At this, the man's face fell, and he went away sad, for he had many possessions. Jesus looked around and said to his disciples, "How hard is it for the rich to enter the kingdom of God?" This amazed them, but Jesus said again, "Dear children, it is very hard to enter the kingdom of God. In fact, it is easier for a camel to go through the eye of a needle than for a rich person to enter the kingdom of God." The disciples were astounded. Then who in the world could be saved? Because everybody loves money. Everybody wants Jesus. Come on, everybody want to be rich. And he said, Jesus looked at them intently and said, "Humanly speaking, it's impossible, but not with God. Everything is possible with God." And then he says, then Peter said, "We've given up everything to follow you." And Jesus said, "Yes," Jesus replied, "and I assure you that everyone who's given up house, brothers, sisters, mother, father, or children, or property for my sake, and the good news will receive now and in return 100 times as many houses, brothers and sisters, mothers, children, and property, along with persecution." Like, sometimes Jesus saying doing the right thing is going to cost you. I had a whole show on this, that doing the right thing all the time is not going to feel good. Oh my God, I hate the feeling of this too. Sometimes, in the world to come, the person will have eternal life, but many who are the greatest now will be least important then. He said, "Many who are the greatest now, that you see who are the greatest now, will be least important then, and those who seem least important now will be the greatest then." Because there are people. You think of a Mother Teresa, and you think of her life, what her life looked out on the surface. Now I don't know what her personal thing was, but what Mother Teresa looked like in the world, and what she showed in the world was a spirit of giving, a spirit of energy. Everybody don't have to be there. There are some rich people right now, people who are wealthy and who own businesses in industry, and who have the same spirit as Mother Teresa. But that's because something spiritually has changed them. Something spiritually has grounded them, and they're more interested in how they leave this life, and their eternal efforts into the future. What they do in this life is important to them in the next life. Okay. And that's what I'm just gonna say. To sometimes you are already seeing the mentality of this man that y'all have been putting up here and worshiping and everything. He get the bag at all costs. He comparing himself to Carnegie and DuPont. And he's saying, when we start making money, it's a problem. No, it's because you start being, not only you start exploiting, in order to make money, you exploited your own people. And a lot of us liked it. We agree with it. Even exploitation through horrible rap songs. You just saying some horrible shit in some of that stuff. I still like some of it. Hey, it's true. Some ratchet shit going on, okay? But you also exploited your people in terms of, as we go further into you think there is nothing that Jay-Z won't do to make money. That's what it's coming off to me. Now he's trying to use it. Well, y'all ain't got the same smoke for the Carnegies. You nigga, you ain't nowhere near the Carnegies. And I don't believe you're a billionaire. You are nowhere near the Carnegie. Now, those rulers, families ruled the situation. But what people are saying, sometimes your power isn't within wealth. A lot of Black people, we've come to these ideas that because we've been an impoverished group of people, we think that wealth is the answer to everything. They got the bag, they get into the bag. But those, just because you have the bag don't mean you walking in power. There's a lot of rich people walking in, they are controlled by other people. And then there are some people who ain't got as much money as Jay-Z and ain't controlled at all. I mean, only controlled by a certain other thing. So, and they able to work their ethics, their morals, their values. They're not servants to only money. And we all can be that way. That's why we have to question. We have to start questioning our mentality and what we're hearing from people. I'm starting to be like myself. I said, shit, this is. I don't realize I was influenced by a lot of this shit. But we are. And it won't be, sometimes doing the right thing is going to cost you. Sometimes it's going to be like, you know what? And it's basically, it's basically kind of like he's saying, well, if I'm not exploiting you, it's going to be the white man. Like, that's better. You're not supposed to exploit us. If you have the coming to the Capitol and everything, you're supposed to educate us how we can be better, how we can be, and it's going to cost you. It might cost you a deal. It may cost you this. But Jay-Z is saying, I ain't that dude. I ain't that dude to give up no deal. And I really don't care about it. You know what I'm saying? Y'all supposed to ignore me like you do the Carnegies. But Black people wasn't ignoring that. Black people were protesting. This interview is very telling. To me, it shouldn't have been. To me, for people who are going to sit and listen to this, people who are intelligent in their mind is going to hear this and dissect it. This is not going to be good for him, in my personal opinion. It's going to be good for the non-thinkers, but for the thinkers,
People had this law for the struggling artist. That's a mind game, what we would call back in the day for tricknology. It was like, no, I'm not going for that. Like, no, I make art first. And then I make sure that I'm compensated for my art. I didn't take advantage. I didn't get here by taking advantage of people. I ain't taking no one. That's not my reputation. That's not what I do. I didn't get here by taking advantage of people or taking advantage of, the loopholes in the system or some wrinkle in like a capitalist structure. That structure exists, and I just see the world for what it is, not for what I want it to be. I'm a realist, not an ideal. It's not ideal.
So Jay-Z is saying, hey, I see the loopholes, and this is what it sounds like to me. Okay, if I'm wrong, I didn't get here. He says in the same sense, that's why I say he's snake charmer. In the same, I didn't get here by taking over the system. I didn't get here by doing this and that. I didn't get here by doing this. Yeah, you was drug dealing, motherfucker, and you ain't never went to jail for it. The fuck you mean you didn't you ain't take advantage of people? You didn't go through the loopholes in the system. Then he turns around and says, I'm a realist, not an idealist, meaning I just take the world for what it is. Like the world saying, if the world say it's okay to fuck y'all over and they ain't doing nothing about it, I'm gonna fuck y'all over. That's what it sounds like to me. Y'all gotta hear this shit. This is the one where he's coming at. I'm like, this is a good one, because normally he talks a lot of motivational shit and it sounds really good, and you don't hear. This time he giving a real deal about his ass, okay? This interview is crazy. This is crazy what he's saying. And some of y'all gonna go around talking about, yeah, Jay-Z was talking that shit. I'm a realist and I'm an idealist. Y'all ain't gonna hear that damn thing this man talking about. Oh my God. He will sell y'all out in a minute. He told me he didn't take advantage of people, get where he is. Nick, did you go to jail for drug dealing? What did Irv Gotti said in his documentary while they was coming up? He said something real funny. he said something about why they was trying to mess with him, the feds. Jay-Z was driving up I-95. I gotta hear that. Jay-Z is full of shit. Jay-Z is a snake charmer. I see how he got you, B. We Scorpios, we be liking some snake charm because all they gotta do is start talking some shit, you know, because she got Scorpio moon. They gotta start talking intelligent. He got that Sagittarian, you know, because Sagittarius, my Mercury's in Sagittarius, which talks about my communication and stuff like that. Listen, child, listen, I'm spiritual. You can spiritualize it and motivate it all up and stuff. Yeah, girl, you know, the world is our oyster. We learn that kind of stuff. We be like, oh, but we don't see the undercurrent. You got to see the underbelly of that beast. And as a Scorpio moon, she got seduced and wasn't looking at the underbelly of that beast. But us sun see that shit. We be like, oh. Because Scorpio moons a little bit can be attracted because of their emotions more to the darkness than the suns can. We can be attracted to the darkness, but to suns, we putting a light on that shit. Like, okay, wait a minute here. Okay, that's dark over there. We like it, but we need to see why we like it. Shine the light, because we the Scorpio sun, you see. The moon is going dark. So she ain't really, you know, and she's a Virgo. A lot of shit going on here. I need the astrologist. But us sons, we will shine the shit. We'll look at that and be like, oh, wait a minute, hold up. There's more there. She was a moon. It was giving her illusion. Okay. Nah. Okay. And I would say this probably for Beyonce. She was probably raised up in the energy of this. Her parents seem like, well, particularly more Tina, religious in some senses, but Matthew seemed very business oriented. Okay. And so while Matthew, even some drug dealers reflect business owners, because in America, free markets and capitalism sometimes can make people, and you can exploit in communism, okay, for you socialists and communists out there, you can exploit, humans will exploit in any idealistic or idealism shit they bring to pass. It's about being an honest of human and integrity. And sometimes we exploit and we don't know we're exploiting. Or sometimes we exploit and very much know we're doing it as humans, but we learn from it and move on. This is the problem is he's okay with it. He's saying this is the way of the world. I'm a realist. This is how it's doing. Yeah, shit, better me rob y'all than other motherfuckers.
Idealistic.
Man, I be
People
cussing all on YouTube.
speak
This ain't
about
gonna
the
get no
world how they want to
algorithm.
see it.
I gotta quit cussing.
You're never gonna win like that.
Now you hear what he said? Let's go back to that.
You said something just now though about you pushing independence, right?
First, and then I make sure that I'm compensated for my art. I didn't take advantage. I didn't get here by taking advantage of people. I didn't take it. No one.
And here's what I do agree with, that you should be compensated for your art, and you should recognize that the industry is a business. But that don't mean you just sell out. Okay. But he's lying, talking about he didn't take advantage of nobody.
No one. That's not
Who was you selling drugs to? That's exploitation. How you get that money to get your clothes and outfits and them stuff? How them dealers and stuff, and them people you knew back in the day, or how did you sell, even though you used Dame allegedly for a certain position till you got to a certain place, and then did you take advantage of Dame in that? Or was you this is just the way to life, this is just the way it's going, you know, shit, this is how to move, this is how I just move. Did you build your foundation up on a bunch of criminals only to jump off of them when you ready to be, I'm ready to be cleaned up now? But your foundation is murky. Oh, I'm moving to, I used the low-level drug dealers to get to this spot, but now I became too much for them. Now I'm going to the big boy drug dealers. They don't slang crack. They sell dreams and they slang dreams and aspiration. And they make soul deals. Hey, this is the way of the world. This is the way the world works, Jay. You know, you've been a man of means. You've been an entrepreneur out there, even if it was street. You know what? We all do this, right? You know what I'm saying? Hey, if you want to make it, this is how you make it. You can't win having ethics and morals, caring about your people. I'm starting to think so too. I'm starting to think. Nah, I talk a lot of ish, but y'all, this is not a good interview, I don't think. But I'm gonna let's finish it up.
My reputation. That's not what I do. I didn't get here by taking advantage of people or taking advantage of.
See, I would have stopped him right there. I would have said, but you were a drug dealer, right? So you didn't take advantage of anyone? I would have stopped his ass. He'd be like, stop the interview.
You know, the loopholes in the system or some wrinkle in like a capitalist structure. That structure exists, you know, and I just see the world for what it is, not for what I want it to be. I'm a realist, not an ideal. It's not idealistic. People speak about the world how they want to see it. You're never going to win like that.
Okay, you see what he's saying? He's saying, I didn't create the loopholes in the fucking system. That's what I'm hearing him saying. This is Carlotta's translation. Carlotta's, it could be wrong. But what I'm hearing is, I didn't create the system. I didn't create the loopholes that take advantage of y'all. I'm a realist out here. Like, so what if I sold you crack? You shouldn't have been smoking crack. I was just a facilitator of the crack. I just sold crack all through the neighborhood, and I watched people go down and shit, but it wasn't my choice to sell crack. And I used to think this when I was young. I used to be like, well, it ain't your fault. They said that people taking crack. Yeah, yes, it is. My grandma was like, what the fuck? Who's the other boy fault this little girl? What you talking? You ain't got to sell it. You ain't got to participate in it. You participating in the destruction of them people. I'm going to participate in the destruction of y'all because I'm a realist. Somebody got to do it. It's better to get it done from a friend. It's sort of like he's saying, you know, if it was, it's better that you get stabbed in the back by your friend than by your enemy. This interview is the best. He's showing his true colors. My God. Wow. Oh, wow. Now, I just want to hear what celebrities come out and agree with him. Oh, Jay-Z was fun. Because that's the snake. Some of the other snake charmers. Because just because there's a loophole in the system, like just because there's a loophole to exploit, and we all can be this way sometimes. You know, it's just like back in the day, I remember, you know, people used to buy stuff from boosters and shit like that. And people be like, well, I ain't stealing it. But I remember my grandma saying, you know somebody stole it. We all have done these things. He's just doing it on a huge level. And he has no remorse for it. And he hasn't come to an understanding of what he has done. And he doesn't understand that it never pays to work in the devil's playground. I'm learning that, like we all are learning. It's an ugly thing to learn. He think it's all right. He think it's okay to betray. So I'm just telling Black people right now, you cannot think of Jay-Z as some sort of advocate. Jay-Z is no advocate. You can't be talking about Jay-Z and the Kansas City Police Department trying to help. That's all for shits and giggles. Okay, Jay-Z don't care. Jay-Z is telling you what he is. You can't win like that. I can't win looking out for you niggas. I'm starting to Maria, because anybody who y'all saw that concert twice. I'm starting to say, like, you know how hard it is sometimes to check yourself, the heaviness you feel as a person. Like when you realize, like, you like, man, I don't want to think like that. When like your spirit man is, when your spirit man is speaking to you, like, yeah, you can't do what everybody else do. You like, man, I want to do it. And you try to be the big person, you try to show. And then you see, it's just like, it's like you trying to stop people at the bridge. You at the bridge, you at the thing, the bridge is getting ready to, if people come down this particular highway, they're going to drop off into the ocean and die. And you at the end of the bridge talking about, go back, don't come this way, don't come this way. And people motherfuckers just running all around you. They jumping over you, running through, you see them falling. Oh my God. Eventually you get tired of standing on the bridge. You just start walking up, just like, let them fall on in the bridge. I ain't got time no more. I'm going long. Me and my family, okay, I'm moving on. You start feeling like Jay-Z on the other end. Jay-Z is kind of winning out here. Jay-Z said, I don't care. And it's giving me a lot to think about, because he's giving me a lot to think about in myself. I'm like, my God. Like this man saying, I can't help that the loopholes is in the system. Fuck y'all. I don't know what to say. Let's finish this.
You said something just now, though, about you pushing independence, right? Kind of like in the spirit of Prince. When you embody that, do you feel like you are kind of...
He about to try to use Prince. Do you know how radical Prince was? Jay-Z, you are not a Prince. If you was Prince, let me tell you something. Prince paid for everything that he talked about that system. I think Prince and Michael Jackson did, because they went against the very systems that made them big, and they realized that it was bullshit. Jay-Z, they be having you up under the jail right now. You be over there where Puffy is. One thing I can say about Puffy serving whatever time he's serving, Puffy might come out of here a beast. That's mine. He might come out of here, excuse me, y'all. He might come out of here a beast. In terms of, I hope he does, and sort of not letting that system hold him anymore, because he realized, I done been through the worst. Y'all done put me through the jail, and they trying to get Diddy on anything. Did he kill Tupac? I mean, it's some ridiculous shit. I mean, yeah, they will make up anything. Jay-Z, they'll find a way to make you look like you killed Tupac. I mean, they will find anything. But this man is trying to hold on because he's so scared. He done got so entangled into the system. He's a bitch, really. Jay-Z, I mean, I'm going to give it to Puffy. Puffy ain't no bitch. Puffy, like, I'm facing the music. I've been exploiting out here. I've been doing all kind of bullshit. I'm facing the music. Jail time. Puffy could have easily ran up out of here. He could have ran up here to Bali. He's a Scorpio, though. He ran up here to Bali with Russell. But Puffy, like, I'm going to face whatever music I got to face. And I hope he learns from it. But this one right here, oh, he's scared. This is an interview to let the white money, the white supremacy capitalists know. Now, I don't even want to say capitalist, because I believe in capitalism in a reasonable, fair market way. Like I told you, with a little bit of socialism infused and other things, a various number of things. Any system can be corrupt if there's absolute power to it, okay? But Jay-Z is in here trying to let his handlers know he still think he don't care that he in the Epstein file. I can still fool these Negroes. I done sold out a show 2 times since my day. They online talking. I done said these Negroes know. I done pushed them out of Brooklyn, made the rent high. I tried to get a casino in the middle of Manhattan. Nothing that benefits. Casinos actually hurt black people. I like to go to the casino every now and then, but you put them in the middle of a city that's already high and expensive. I mean, this man has he does not care about exploiting you. So let's make it what it is. Quit talking up Jay-Z like he is an advocate. He is not. He's telling you right here in this interview,
setting a mold or leading a charge for like what the successful Black man is allowed to do, and like breaking these spaces, breaking these confines.
Yeah. I even want you to take that out of your vocabulary.
Take what?
Allowed. You know what I'm saying? We're not allowed to do anything. You know, in order for someone to allow you, they have to have authority over you.
Mm-hmm.
No one has authority over us.
Please.
We
I'll ask Live Nation, do they have authority over you?
exist like everyone else here. No one can allow us to do anything. And but that word comes from a real space. And I want to eliminate all those type of words for us.
Yeah.
Yes. So the answer to that.
You ain't gonna eliminate that acting like the oppressor. I tell them that right damn now. Acting like the oppressor is not gonna help you eliminate those spaces. You fall right. Don't nobody understand the system more than the oppressor. As Black people, you are here to change the system. You and I know that's hard because you want to be like the white man. I get it. I respect it. I do sometimes too. Everybody you want to be having like no care. Like I said, I'm just going. I'm out. I'm retired. You want to have no scruples, no morals, no ethics. You just want to be like them. You just want to be like they living good up in these houses. But we got the burden of a people that came from slavery. A people who got it out the mud. A people who had segregation and hangings and beatings and whoopings and all kind of things done to it in the name of a system being surviving. Where we had people on the television, them niggers, I don't want them niggers going to school with my kids. Them niggers is talking to little 5-year-olds as they go up, walk up the street to a school, tell a little 5-year-old, you little nigger, you little yelling grown ass people. Grown ass people who bombed the church with 4 little babies inside of it. As they went down in the basement on Sunday morning, getting ready for church, hanging out in the church, bombed them. No fucking remorse. So no, you can't be like them. Is that the kind of legacy you want? Oh, see, I want to take allow out of it. But how you going to take allow out of it? When you just like them. You here to teach him. How I'm going to teach him? I ain't got no money like him. How I ain't going to teach him? Because you here to move. Your power is not in that. I'm sorry, Black people. I'm sorry. I'm sorry that we got it like this. I'm sorry that we the people that got to have some ethics. I remember Chris Rock. Remember famous Chris Rock? He was saying, if you were Black in America, he said the Kennedys and everybody else can make their money off of, allegedly Kennedys make their money off of boot looking, moonshine and all kind of other stuff. They made doing all kind of crazy stuff. But if you Black in America, you got to keep clean. You got to keep, and I laughed. It was a joke he was saying, but he was talking about the system make you clean. But it's not really just the system. It's because God, I believe really in my spirit that God wants us to be a people of morality and ethics because of what we've been through. We understand, and we won't always get it right. And we can, as a people, apologize and repent when we don't get it right. And sometimes we'll exploit people, even in our lives. We'll do the wrong thing. But the thing is that we come to ourselves. Listen, he talking foolishness. I'm gonna just tell you right straight up. Listen, finish this. Listen to him.
Yes.
He tried to.
When you're on a mission to eliminate words like allow, like you said, do you feel like that makes you a target?
Allowing him to have this interview. The NFL's allowing him to have this interview. I mean, and let me tell you something. Let me tell you, we're always gonna work for somebody. We're always gonna have somebody, even when you're if you're a billionaire and you own a bunch of businesses and everything, you're gonna work in some senses. You're a servant still. If you don't keep that servant ideal, you're gonna become something else. You're a servant to the people who you you give businesses to. You give ideas. It's the reason why this society is so jacked up today is because nobody got servanthood and they all trying to be the man and not a servant. I love Oprah the other day when she said, I am a servant. My art, being an art. I said this, I talked about this first on my show. I said, while I saw my Summer Walker, I said, she don't have the idea that she is a servant. She is blessed. Just because you make a lot of money at something, that should give you humility more. Let me tell you something. When you start making a lot of money and money start rolling in, all of us, I'm talking about all of us, just all of us, we all have to take a moment and just say, God, what does this mean? That's when you have to have the spirit of humility even more. Because money can expand you, and overnight it can make you something you never thought you would be. Yes, your money is of course, it's gonna expand your mind. It's gonna allow you to see more things, be open to more things, be open. But the thing is having a core inside of you that's moral and ethic. What is your price? How much will this cost? Everything that happens to you in life. You know what? This is what I'm learning for myself. That every time I think about something, I start thinking about the cost of it because I've already paid too much in a lot of shit. You know what I'm saying? Like at 50 some years old, I've already realized I paid too much. Sometimes I'm like, man, I didn't realize I paid too much for that. I shouldn't have did. That was not worth the cost. It was not worth that. Everything you do, ask the cost of it, and does it bring you a sense of peace? You ain't got no peace about it. You talking about that's just the way the world is. I'm a realist. And sometimes you ain't got no peace or no feeling because you done became you done lost feeling. You done lost energy. You done lost I won't say feeling because feeling is deceiving. You done lost intuition. Because you can't nobody, your spirit being can't talk to you no more. You become so enthralled with something no matter what the cause. That's why even when I talk on here, when I talk about relationships and stuff, and I joke about cheating and everything like that, I always tell people it is not really just about when I say don't be messy. And I say, listen, people, we are humans. We have human things that happen in this lifetime. I just say when you find that situation, don't make it a messy one. Go on and clean it up. Go on and let some. If you got somebody else, move on. Get ready. Get prepared. Do what you got to do, but but don't get caught up in no mess. Going back and forth, it ain't gonna do you no good. It's just gonna start eating that. It's gonna start numbing you. I was reading, I did this. I was reading for my class the other. We did the Phaedra. We was breaking down the story of Phaedra, and Phaedra is about a queen who thought her husband was dead, who was the king, and it was turmoil once the story starts off. Phaedra thinks her husband's dead, and Phaedra's been super duper duper mean to her son and her stepson, because why everybody thinks Phaedra hates him, but she doesn't. She's in love with him. Right? This is a great story because what happens is Phaedra allows her emotions to fuck her over. I mean, you know what I'm saying? She allows her emotions. Instead of thinking, and she allows a person that's in her ear that's kind of witchy, hey, just tell this. She's not seeing, hey, the situation, like, is my husband really dead? What's gonna happen if I admit this? What if it's this? I've been so mean to this person. She's not thinking of anything around her. She's just letting her emotions and the moment carry her away. And this is reality, and this is that. And she ends up jacking up, just destroyed. It's a great story. Okay. But what I tell you that is because sometimes you have to, y'all got to start seeing the price for stuff before you do something. Before you say something, you got to say, what's the price for that? And am I willing to pay it? Okay, can I trust the structure in which I'm about to do what I'm about to do? What's the price? It's a price for everything. I think he's okay with his price. Okay.
Comes from
Oh yeah, for sure, 100%. What's the Nipsey thing? Pray for me, y'all. One day I'm gonna have to pay for these thoughts. Real niggas is extinct. It ain't safe for me, my dog. That's these are real fucking lyrics.
You've come back to that a lot in the last few years. Like the more reveal me, the more they will kill me. Stuff like that. Who, when you say they, like who is that?
Whatever the threat to, however the system is set up to keep things at status quo.
Mm-hmm.
But
you are the status quo. You are the system. You saying you a realist. You just, hey, I just do what I gotta do. I don't have no ethics and moral. I move how I have to move. You should know that he was moving like this. He moved like this with his friends. He used men who were already, this is my personal opinion to Jay-Z, okay? This is my personal opinion. And this is dog Dame. I don't know what Dame was. Dame seemed like the business head in his situation. Seemed like Dame was more of the principal guy a little bit to me. Jay-Z is the snake charmer, in my opinion. But and I think you could get that mixed up because Dame comes off in a way that's arrogant. But I think Dame is very principled at times, and that almost to the point of he speaks too much, too fast. You know what I'm saying? But when I look at Jay-Z, and you go back and you hear stories like people like DeHaven and all these other people, he really, and listen, it'd be different if he was a changed man. If he was out here saying, yeah, I realized I had some drug dealing friends and it wasn't good and people weren't good. I wasn't doing good. It was a horrible lifestyle to live in. This man is still uplifting street ethics. He just said, I learned honor from the streets. He's still uplifting street ethics, even though a lot of people say he wasn't really a drug dealer. He was just hanging around them. But he's still enthralled with street ethics. Okay, so that tells me that he is just with a new form of thugs. He's with thugs that know how to smooth it out now, that know how to look like they ain't thugs. So really, Jay-Z has not had any learning ground. He thinks that people trying to pull him down because I done became that successful nigga. No, you really just the same old motherfucking drug dealer. That's really what you are. You just really that. You just with some new drug dealers, and you selling new drugs. The new drugs is NFL halftime shows. The new drugs is what else? What Miss Mama Tina said? Mama Tina gumbo. The new drugs is what's the new drug? What's Beyonce selling? Sir Davis. The new drugs is what's the failed alcohol thing they've been having? What's the failed one he done had? He had ace something. I know he had the red probably. Ace whatever the shit that is. Hey, that's why he about to do a bunch of tours. Ace of whatever, Ace of Spades or whatever, the 40-40 Club at all costs, the fucking Cowboy Carter off his country music. I mean, it's just they got a new drug game, and we'll sell this off at no matter what the cost. I'm doing this work for my Brooklyn Nets. Brooklyn Nets, my team. This I own 0.0.0, and I'm still talking shit. 0.0.1. That's you selling the. I'm saying, hey, you hustling in the neighborhood, making them still think this is like you got to do in the drug deal. That's some good shit. It's good to move out of this. Just Brooklyn's a dump. Brooklyn was a dump. Don't advocate, just go on and move. You know what I'm saying? Give up this high-end property. Snake charmer.
and keep us in a position of using words like allow.
Mm-hmm.
So anyone that's culpable in creating the system that we operate under, that's they.
Yeah.
That's they. And it actually goes beyond color.
Yeah.
Because I've encountered that a lot. I've encountered that a lot where it was just like, okay, this successful black man, make it. Let me go to him.
Yeah.
And for help. And they're like, you don't fuck with no rap shit.
Oh, wow.
Not like out like that, but
Yeah,
you know,
that's the energy.
like the energy. It's like you see the energy.
Yeah.
You know?
I was thinking about how you described last year as being angry and for the first time in a while. Yeah. And I wondered what it felt like to be pulled back into that feeling and how you pulled yourself out or how you leaned on the people around you.
Yeah.
I've been saying to pull
I needed the people around me more than ever. Mm-hmm. Because usually when I have that feeling, I would just make music and just be therapeutic. I'll be able to, I'll bloat it out.
Yeah.
And I would be like, you know, I'll move on. I had to sit in that for a long time. And luckily I had that. And right, again.
And I want to say this too. Let me stop right there because a lot of times, another thing too, the arts for us as artists can be very therapeutic, but not if you ain't learning shit. Like some people will just go and play their music and stuff as a form of escapism. And you still music is a transformative thing. The arts, in my opinion, when you do work as an artist, it is to transform. It's a very transformative energy. But a lot of y'all using the arts just to escape situations, like escape the deep introspection that you need to have to be an artist. Well, see, when my relationship wasn't right, I just went and sang about it and sang the same shit and still doing the same shit. You didn't let it transform you. You just said, I sang about playing her ass and now I'm out here playing somebody fucking else. I sang about getting with somebody that I ain't let it transform me. I ain't let it. And then I understand transformation takes time. Don't. And it ain't nobody perfect over here. I always tell y'all that. Okay. But what I'm just saying is that, you know, look, to me, music ain't therapy. It's escape that, right? Go.
I've built this circle that's really safe for me of people that really love me, not using me, and like, you know, really care for my best interests. So I was able to have that in the time, you know, the most crucial time for me.
Yeah.
Especially people that were close to me. And I'll explain. So like, you know, when those type of things happen, people run. They don't care what happened. They don't care. It's like, save yourself.
Yeah.
You know, so I have partners. You know, I've had big deals with, I called my guy from LVMH, hey man, this is coming. And I can't get rid of it. I can't take a settlement.
Yeah.
It ain't in my DNA. First of all, I had to tell my wife, let's just back up.
Yeah.
Like, it ain't even in me. I know what this is the weight that this is gonna bring on our family.
Mm-hmm.
I can't do it. The makeup, I would die. It would have been cheaper, yes. Cheaper, quicker, move on with your life. It was like a testament because people know me. Like, I know who you are, and that's impossible. And not only we standing by you, but what do you need?
Yeah. What did you kind of do to come back from that personally or emotionally, I guess?
I'm still working with that. That's a great question. I'm still dealing with that.
He doing it now. Shit.
What was it like watching Blue come into her own even more on this most recent tour?
And this is the South in him too. He's talking about his children, Blue, and Blue being on tour. We're gonna skip all that. They use Blue a lot, but we moving on.
You know, people bringing music, and you know, it's idea of what popular music is today.
Yeah,
I'm not going out on a limb. It's the most famous people in the world.
Statistically supported.
It's like I'm not like, I didn't pick like the indie artist that I really like from Portland. The #1 streamed artist in the world. Him.
It's crazy that I think last year was still like the first solo rap act, which is crazy to say that last year was that. Was that a hard one to get across the board?
Not without conversation. especially on like, you know, on social media, which takes place every day.
Yeah.
And now you have these pods of cult.
The Stan armies fighting.
Yeah, and it's like, it's too far.
Yeah.
It's like bringing kids in it.
Yeah.
And it's like, I don't like that. You know, maybe I've grown in a space that is probably, you know, I sound like the old guy wagging the finger. But I think.
Yeah, because then you bring somebody's kid in it, but I digress.
We can achieve the same thing as far as like sparring with music, with collaborations more so than breaking the whole thing.
I was like 10 or 11 when that happened. I was like,
pick a side.
Well, I was on your side.
Yeah, I get clearly.
But my position was I can't go out and buy Stillmatic or ask my parents to buy Stillmatic.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna borrow it and burn it because I can't deny one mic, you know?
Like I want to hear it.
Yeah.
But I ain't supporting them.
Or
yeah.
Please. Let's not. He's still hurt about that. He's still cause let me tell you something. Nas told the fucking truth. That still hurt. We still hurt. We still can't. You side, you had to pick a side. Wasn't no side to pick. Shit, Nas ran that shit, okay? Wasn't no side to pick.
To undermine Drake, I guess. But like, what the fuck?
And I'm gonna I agree with Jay-Z on this. I don't believe everybody was trying to undermine Drake. Y'all should have been though, with him sitting up there talking about slaves and talking about your ancestry. You should have undermined his bum ass, okay? Undermine his ass, okay? I'm for you undermine it because everybody out here talks about everything but the right thing with Drake. The fact is, Drake talked about his own ancestry. Y'all think y'all like the slaves, and I'm saying all kind of little smart shit. Like, say, only one that confronted it was Kendrick. And I hate Kendrick. I knew Kendrick shouldn't have took the Super Bowl. The reason why I thought Kendrick shouldn't have took the Super Bowl, in my opinion, because I knew he was gonna be dragged into like his own battle. This was a battle. Drake had been picking on Kendrick and shit for years. Okay, so, allegedly. So Drake was fighting his own personal battle, but I knew when he got pulled up on that Super Bowl, they was gonna start looking like making Jay-Z look like something. Like he was something in with Jay-Z or something. Like Jay-Z, because Jay-Z is really, you know what I'm saying? He wasn't a man. He trying to get in. Y'all don't understand that Jay-Z and Beyonce, I keep trying to tell y'all, they energy cipherers. I keep trying to tell you people that. Y'all just don't know it. He siphoned the energy because Drake had to hide his back. I mean, because here comes, it wasn't even about you, Drake. Drake, you should have had your ass handed to you. But the part, because you talked about the ancestors. But here's the thing, Kendrick, I knew that he was going to siphon that energy off of Kendrick. And now he's on here trying to act innocent. Like, ain't nobody coming against you. I don't believe he was coming against Drake. But I do believe that you siphoned off of Kendrick's popularity. And him being having a great run. Right as Jay-Z is starting when Beyonce and Jay-Z get in trouble, when they start looking, they go and find the energy to siphon off of. That's why I know they energy siphoners. Like they doing concerts right now. Like Jay-Z trying to throw a fucking concert right now in the middle of that's injury. He's siphoning energy off the public. He's trying to get y'all to forget. Like I said, he's throwing red herrings out here. He's trying to get you to forget about the Epstein files. Him and his people. Like his partners, his so-called partners. I call them his handlers and his bosses. Let's call it what it is. It ain't no partnership. I got people I gotta call. I would have respected that if you told the truth on that. Just use that man.
Everything around it was just like, man, it's like taking us a couple steps back.
Yeah.
And we just grown so much that I don't know if, I guess I'm gonna say it, I don't know if battling needs to be part of the culture anymore.
Interesting.
I hate that I have this point of view. I do, because I know what it sounds like. I know what it feels like. I hate it. It's just how I feel about
Well,
it.
it even kind of extended to you, right? Because people made it a personal thing that you chose Kendrick for the Super Bowl. It's like, oh man, he's choosing the side and he's and he's not.
Like I don't have, what do I have to do with that? I chose the guy that was having a monster year. I think it was the right choice.
Word.
It wasn't in some sort of alliance to a battle. I don't.
Yeah.
What I care about them two guys battling, like, what's that got to do with me?
Word.
Have at it. Have fun. It's almost like not on just me, by the way. They drag everybody in it, like everyone's part.
And he told the truth. He said, what I care about them battling. Well, you should have cared because y'all should have been speaking out about your ancestors. But and Drake should have got a spanking for that. And it should have been clear that it was about that. And y'all made even turn Kendrick's tone into like a LA thing when Kendrick was clearly going after someone. He said he kept calling us some slaves, doubled down on calling us slaves, and let me break it down to you who the real colonizer is. And he was really going for something high until they even changed Kendrick's to me meaning. They watered down they not like us. Because these are fucking globalists. They watered down and putting Kendrick. I don't know if Kendrick thinks different. But I bet he thinks going on that Super Bowl. I mean, I just wonder, does he think, even though it was a great opportunity, a great part of his career, just going to the NFL, that Super Bowl, how it took away from him. It took away from the hard-hittedness of his message in some ways. And then they not like us starting to become something different. Like, and then Kendrick couldn't even define it no more. It just, and that's what happens when witch shit get a hold of what you're doing. It starts cycling, rechanging everything, restructuring everything. It's just, that's why you got to be careful who you align with. I'm serious. I be telling people all the time. I got an artist, right, and a person I see all the time. I say all the time with artists. I be saying to certain artists do not have to align with somebody. I be saying Sade. I wish I could say all day, Sade, keep your separate energy. I love the fuck the Sade keeps her separate energy. Sade's she like a secret. Like she don't like bitch. I'm like these motherfuckers, Jay-Z and Beyonce, they will have an Oscar party and fight Sade so they can siphon off her energy. The energy is Sade came to my Oscar party. Y'all don't get it. Y'all don't get what's going on here. It's the siphoning of energy. These are motherfuckers. My personal, they be using witch shit. Okay, I mean, sometimes we all siphon energy in different ways, but these motherfuckers, they do it all the time, and they never hardly give shit back. You don't never see them putting up nobody on their thing. You see Beyonce do that with Kelly every now and then because it's like she got to pet Kelly every now and then. Kelly, stay my armor bearer. But other than that, you don't see them because they know. I be telling people, I watch them. I peep game. Now watch, they'll start putting up stuff now. Mm-hmm. Like you will be happy birthday into Beyonce and her mama put Beyonce. Her mama do it. No, Miss Tina the publicist. I forgot. They'll put because Miss Tina really. The truth is, Miss Tina, she's really kind of sweet. She be trying, you know what I'm saying, but she be too much into it. She'll put people up and stuff like that. But they really like I wouldn't even fuck with the nose. I'm gonna tell you the truth. I'd be like 4 hours fuck away from there. I'd be like, yeah, hey, Carlotta, we noticed you didn't come to the Oscar party. Oh yeah, I hope they had a great time. I heard it was nice. And move the other fucking way. They are energy siphoners. They take your energy and like you in they miss. It's just there's something about it. It's just something don't. And when you like a Sade, you don't need their energy. They need yours because Sade has built such a powerhouse. You know who else has done that too? But he be fucking his up. I'm gonna say it's my favorite. I love me some Maxwell. But Maxwell has got that Sade thing, but he don't believe it's really the Sade. Like he strikes me as a dude that don't know his own power. Like he gives me that. He's such a powerful energy when he comes into space. And I hate this because I know somebody's saying right now because I'm a down for my people all day long. FBA, ADOS, whatever. I understand these two are not ADOS, but they have built up a certain type of power and energy. I'm saying the same thing for Kendrick. I'm saying the same thing for Nas. I'm about to hit Nas in a minute. Don't give these people your energy. Like, I just feel like they the worst people. I just feel like there's something about it. They don't never give it back. But going back to using Sade and Max, I know they not but they still some of my favorite artists. And doesn't mean that I love everybody in the diaspora, but I'm just saying that one of the great things I've learned, I like about Max. Max has this beautiful, like this power that he doesn't realize he has, and he spreads it out too thin. I feel like the last few years, like I like the mystery, but I'm like, you don't gotta be at that. Like, he's one of them artists, like, you gotta watch who you hang with. Like, you it's like because you have created this, even if you didn't mean to. He's like a Whitney Houston. Like Whitney Houston used to be. Whitney Houston was always giving her energy she didn't come in the room sometimes as Whitney. And I can't explain it. I'm not saying coming in the room stuck up, but coming in your power, so that you don't allow lessers to pull from you and pull from your energy and start manipulating your energy and shit. Whitney was doing wrong shit, like running around with Ray J. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's no fucking reason to run around with Ray J. Like, Whitney should have. There was no reason, except she wasn't strong in her power. She didn't believe it. Like, I just be like, that's why I always say, I always want him to keep his energy. Like, there was a time, now he's started doing better now, but I remember a time when he was hanging with certain groups. I was like, don't go around, they siphon energy, because they'll siphon your shit. Like, and they'll use you, like, being legitimate. You done stayed out the spotlight. You ain't no Walmart special, like, everywhere, every 24 hours a day. You a rare wine, and they trying to use your rareness to legitimately use they to legitimize they overhyped asses. Okay, I don't care how big you are. I'm like, like, I love that Sade is particular. Like, bitch, I ain't showing up at your shit. She ain't saying it, but she giving the vibes of it. Okay, I love it. I hope she stays like that. Don't show up at Rock Nation breakfast. Don't show up at the Oscar thing. I love that she's like, I'm particular. I'm enjoying my life on the island. I don't gotta have all that. I love that. I love it. She's so like I think she showed up one time at a Drake concert or something like that. He probably begged her or something. She probably like, never again. I love Like, if I'm Sade, I'm only showing up like for something that somebody who doesn't siphon my energy, like Jill Scott or something at a Jill Scott show, even though I don't like her locking up her phones. But Jill, I'm showing up for something like that. The people who are not trying to steal. These motherfuckers trying to steal. Jay-Z and Beyonce, I trust them. I don't trust them at all when it comes to stuff like that. Don't show up, Sade. I love that she like that. I love that she just keeps her like her energy. Like, she don't need it. She don't need to be out here hanging out. I love it. I mean, and I'm not talking about now. Wait a minute, because I know some of y'all Maxwell fans is listening to me right now. And y'all, we're Carlotta. That's what he was trying to do on a cruise. No, I'm not talking about. Not when you have your own fucking cruise. That's not what I'm talking about. Okay, you got to hang out with people on your cruise. Okay, you can't be sitting up here playing games on your cruise. You got to hang out and be able. But even on his cruise, I love that. Even that Maxwell's even starting to get that he has a rare. Maxwell does rare. Like, the cruise was made up of rare artists, like Tweet, Moonshine. It's very eclectic, very Maxwellish. I did like that. Okay, I just want him to be more involved. But I love that it's more. He's not trying to go all, like, he's not trying to be in a like, he might get that every blue moon, but he really recognizes his crew. I mean, well, where that thing is with him. Who he is in some senses. He's starting to get that, I think. I like that. I just think he just had to be a little bit more, cognizant of things going around. He's a Gemini, they just gotta be more aware of how they move. But Yeah, him and Sade have that rare energy, and I think they should not give it out to anybody. Like, I'd be really funky. I wouldn't be if I had that kind of energy that he got and Sade got, where I done built my career, and I ain't really, like I ain't got to be a pop artist, but I'm still like a pop artist. That's rare. That's what them motherfuckers. You see, because them Beyonce and they done did a lot of shit for that. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, and people, from what we know, it doesn't seem like they have done as much, Max and Short. So that's something you need to protect. Like, you don't want to be in with that, like that team of desperados. I'll be like, protecting my. I'm trying to get that from my grandma. My grandma used to tell me that all the time. She'd be like, you can't be around. Don't be giving your end stuff to everybody. You can't be hanging around everybody. They're cheaping who you are. Well, she's real power. I don't care. She's cheap. I just say sometimes you gotta know I'm not saying be stuck up, but I love that Sade keeps that air around her. It's like that rare, like this is rare wine, baby. Everybody don't get it. Nah, I ain't had to do all you had to do, and I'm still you. I love it. I know y'all, some of y'all get what I'm saying, okay? It's just some of y'all won't. But I love that. I just I didn't even like when she had him on that moon, Maxwell. I mean, wasn't Maxwell? Was it no? When she put what's his name, Jay-Z on that sun and the moon. I was like, no. We do not start putting Jay-Z on no remixes. Try they make remixes and shit. Keep they desperado hot selling asses out there in pop culture. It's like when you're the what is it? The queen and the king. You don't need you summons the help when you need. You don't really you don't hang with them. You don't allow them to do partnerships. They the jesters of the court. You're like that's why I feel like Sade is like the queen. She's like not in a bad way, but in a way that's beautiful that she protects her energy. It's very few. You know who else does that sometimes, not all the time? Mary J. She does do that. You don't see Mary J hanging and kissing everybody at. Not too much. I got a few questions. But, you got to be careful of the energy cycle or something. That's just my personal opinion. Let's see. What's this next one?
Part of this conspiracy to undermine Drake, I guess. But like, what the fuck? Like what? I'm fucking Jay-Z. or due respect to him. I'm fucking old. Do respectfully.
Or
like for what? To what end?
Yeah.
It couldn't be like these guys just don't like each other.
Yeah.
And I think they haven't liked each other for a long time.
Before you had anything to do with it.
For a while.
Yeah.
I think this has been brewing, just like me and Nas was brewing.
Yeah.
It didn't happen at the Summer Jam. That happened at Lex and TV sets, the minimum, whatever.
See, but you see how he drawing energy off of him? You did draw energy off of him. You got in that, you said he was hot. And see, I wish Kendrick would have saw, because that was going to become a sense of energy, even though Jay-Z trying to act like an innocent, like, ain't my beef. Nah, motherfucker. I think you knew exactly what you was doing. And I think you was fighting a proxy war through Kendrick, and Kendrick didn't realize you was fighting a proxy war through him. Ah, motherfucker, we read 40 Laws of Power and shit. We know the fuck you doing. Just calm down. You can read that little shit. They read Robert Greene shit and then doing too much. All of them. You was fighting. I believe Jay-Z was fighting a proxy war. And not for the right reasons. Not on proxy war because Drake's just a little bitch ass who's sitting around here talking about black men, think he's better than that. No, to get on him for some legitimate shit. But instead, you was trying to just get on him because you just don't like him being a. See, now that Kendrick is literally kind of mostly destroyed Drake. And don't say that reason that the rap has gone down is because of Drake. Drake was a part of the reason rap goes down, because rap becomes more pop. It starts being all kind of stuff, starts to be something that it wasn't. Rap needs to go back to its original form. Now turned into some bullshit. Like y'all done really turned into the Dalmatians out here. Look it up. Brown sugar movie reference. Y'all done really, it's really the Dalmatians out here. I never thought it's really the Dalmatian season. It's really happening. This is really where we're at. Yeah. Okay. Let's see.
Curate your career in this sort of way.
Yeah.
You know, I never was comfortable with that anyway.
With being
an artist's expression should be their expression.
Mm-hmm.
I really fall back. That's what I think what happened with Cole. Like just the narrative around Cole is that we didn't love Cole. No, we believed in him enough to let him find his journey.
Yeah.
And he found his path. It took him a minute.
Yeah.
But he
No, I do not believe that. J. Cole, let me tell you what they did. My personal opinion. You were the hottest thing coming out. They knew it. You should have been Drake to me. But these motherfuckers are only interested in their popularity. Okay? J, to me, they signed you because they subdued you from being great. I don't know why people don't get this. Give me some famous Rock Nation artists that haven't already been famous to sign to their management company. Give me one. Give me one. Energy stifling machine. Oh my God, y'all can't see what these people doing. I don't understand. J. Cole got stifled. He know it too. Stifled all that energy. And Kanye, he couldn't do it with. Kanye's a fucking Gemini. That's that trick because he's that Gemini's out of control. Geminis will start running all around on you. They'll start doing all kind of shit. What Kanye did was Kanye, and let me say this, Kanye and them, I think, also had Def Jam at one point, him and Rihanna. Very different two Pisces, a Pisces sign too. They're notice the two most powerful artists is kind of don't really like rock now. They deal with them, but they got to. But Kanye started acting fucking fool. He couldn't do nothing. He couldn't handle Kanye. He couldn't handle Kanye. Kanye was like, yeah, man. Kanye was out here telling all the business. Don't get your shooters on me. Don't do this. Kanye was telling what he was, okay? So he couldn't control that narrative, okay? And he was stifling from Kanye till Gemini figured it out. And, because gems are spiritual. Gems can figure out shit, even though they flat sometimes. They be looking like they're not spiritual, but when they see it, they know it because they love stimuli. So they know when somebody taking too much stimuli from them. That's what the whole concert, when he remember Jay's always, when he partnered with, he did partner with Beyonce, he partnered with run around partnering with Kanye for that tour. Kanye realized some shit. He realized, he's like, wait a minute here. I'm kind of carrying this shit, huh? I'm kind of carrying Rock Nation right now, ain't I? Yeah, you are. Keeping them relevant. J. Cole was a threat to J. Cole, and plus J. Cole had morals and ethics. That's another thing. But J. Cole, they was to subdue you. J. Cole, you shouldn't have never signed with them. I just tell people, no, if you plan on having a serious career and you a serious good ass rapper, I wouldn't sign with Rock Nation. Why? Because do Jay-Z and Beyonce really want their artists to go over them? I don't know. They still the biggest motherfuckers around that area. Unless you sign to their management. And even Mariah Carey's like, bitch, I'm getting up out of this management, okay? I know Alicia Keys. Wasn't Alicia Keys on the Rock Nation management? They just subdued her ass all the way. She just don't understand. She just and she's an Aquarius. I expect Aquariuses to be smarter. This Aquarius that got stifled all up. They just took all the energy out of her. She's up there. What's she there for? Aesthetics? I don't know. It don't even matter though. She can be on Rock Nation. It don't even matter. They took her down. I always say she was the anti-Beyonce. They took her down easily. One thing, do a song with Beyonce. You know the fuck you shouldn't have been doing no fucking song with Beyonce. You actually play instruments. And I know Beyonce's a great singer and stuff, but you actually look like a serious. You wasn't running around here. You had a different vibe. Doesn't mean you couldn't be sexy, but it was a different type of vibe. You like, no, I don't fuck with that. And see, I'm realizing now that the vocals was that back then wasn't all that. But what was great about Alicia was that she's such a talented songwriter, such a talented musician. They covered for a lot of shit. You know what I'm saying? But then when they start siphoning energy out her ass, she's like, uh-oh. And now that her is here, we like, oh, that's super Alicia Keys. Wait a minute, this is what you were supposed to be. Listen, I'm trying to tell y'all something. Listen to me, kid. Y'all ain't gonna like what I'm saying. This is what I'm trying to say. Please listen to me. Jill Scott, I mean, I shouldn't even say it because she ain't gonna listen because she done got wrapped. I love me some Jill, but listen, when you a serious artist like us, like Erykah Badu, like what I'm seeing with the Roots Picnic, the Roots partnering with Jay-Z, it's the siphoning of energy. It's the siphoning of the power, the black idea of black power, and they got Erykah Badu on there because she represents a certain form of black power. Y'all just letting them use y'all energy all the fuck up. They just and what happens is they usually come out on top after using all y'all energy. And what y'all gonna find is after y'all do them shows with their asses and stuff like that, and allow them to use y'all energy and stuff, you might find your shit drained. Cause it's gonna take they in flight mode. They in real bad mode right now. Spiritually. I'm just trying to tell you, spiritually, they on some shit. And like y'all, they need a lot of energy right now. So they going to anybody they can stifle it off of. And a lot of y'all desperados out here because y'all just want to be attached to Jay-Z and Beyonce, y'all gonna go for it. Look at what he did to the country singers. I think the only one that got some recognition is Shabuzi's ass. And that's probably because he's African or something. All you country girls that sang them songs with Beyonce on that album, it only gave you a boost for a hot ass second. You should not have been nowhere near her ass. If you was a legitimate country singer, nope. I done built, see, because what she was doing is trying to, y'all don't get it. She didn't want to go down there into Nashville and hang with the community and do some, because she thinks she too big. So she didn't want, that's just my personal opinion. She didn't want to go down there and hang out in the community and get to know different people in Nashville, maybe sing some background on some country songs. Some of you girls that was on that album, country singers that was attached to Beyonce, some of y'all have been working around in that country music industry for years, trying to build relationships and opportunities and everything. Yes, we know it can be a fucking racist thing. But we know, but you also understand the importance of not going in there ruckshot. A lot of y'all was building up y'all reputation, had done it for years. And y'all allowed a motherfucker like Beyonce say, I want to sing a country album. Now, she didn't want to produce your album. She want to take the energy for herself. So she comes and gets y'all who been working hard to cover her ass, okay? Because she know she illegitimate. She really did the work. So she using y'all that did the work. Y'all better start feeling, I don't care how motherfucking sweet she is. You gotta look at the spirit behind it. You using me to do the work, and look at what's happening, y'all. I ain't heard none of you country girls out there like that. Including Beyonce's fans. They done abandoned y'all. That Beehive, is the Beehive still buying y'all shit? Gotta tell them. No, you working in the country industry for years. You about to make your biggest debut as a country artist. Here come this motherfucker. Hey, I would love to do a song with you. And you so flattered, but you ain't seeing, hey, wait a minute, hold on. Why? Wait a minute. Are you making a whole album? Yeah, I know the country music industry is very picky. It's a lot of racing, it's a lot of things going. You have to really work it and everything. Oh, I don't want to do that. I just would like to work with. No, she was using your energy. Just like she used Dolly Parton. Dolly Parton and them could afford that shit because they had been in it for a long time. They ready, they just chilling now. They done already built their shit up. Her and Willie Nelson. They just took a good check. Shit, and singing Jolene, but Dolly Parton learned from Whitney singing I Always and Forever. That's a good check. But for you people who was just starting off, oh my Lord, y'all didn't understand what y'all did. Now you're going back to scratch. That shit, be working with Beyonce didn't mean shit. And as a matter of fact, she upset that community because she came in there with an album that was not country and won best country album at the Grammy Awards. You think the motherfuckers ain't upset about that? And it's already a racist situation going on, okay? This is somebody just wanting to jump in something and get accolades under her. I did a country album, I made best country album of the year. She used y'all to do that. Y'all gotta start calling the fruit. You gotta start seeing the fruit behind people. I don't care that shit. Oh, Beyonce's so nice. She called me up and asked me to do my. That's flattery, bitch. Oh my God. Y'all can't see nothing. Beyonce sent me some flowers. I be telling people, check them flowers. I wouldn't keep them flowers. I be like, thank you. That's so nice. Tell her thank you. Hey, take them flowers. Where y'all taking the flowers, child? I don't know where they're taking them, but I just sent her a thank you note. Don't let them stop. I wouldn't let that shit stay around me. They be dealing with too much shit. And they be getting energy off of y'all. Okay? So they be... Brandy and Monica. Showing up at y'all show. She don't hardly show up at no motherfucking show. She showed up because Kelly was there, right? They got to keep Kelly in check. Kelly ain't realized it yet. Kelly's so pretty. I love me some Kelly, but Kelly, you can't tell Kelly. Kelly know where our bodies is buried. They got to show up and support. I'll let y'all think on that for a minute. Okay? I'm just trying to tell you. Okay? Some enemies you can't afford to have.
He found his way.
Was that something that you had to learn yourself though too? Because Cole will tell the story about how like you wanted to sit him with Stargate and maybe think about that single.
Yeah, I was giving him a chance to take his talent and show it to the most people possible.
Yeah.
But his way. I didn't force on it. It's like, here's this record from Stargate, and you putting it out. Like I forced Bleak to make men bleak. It's like, no, any negative feelings for him. I'm actually super proud of him and what he's done.
It sounds like you're still, like, when you came in, we were talking about the mixtape, like you're still engaging with the work as a fan too.
Yeah, Clue sent it to me, actually.
Oh, word?
Clue, not Cole.
Yeah?
Yeah, he sent it to me because he's proud, right?
Yeah.
Think about Clue. Like, he have, like...
Cyphling. J. Cole, here's what I hate for J. Cole. He should have been where Drake was. And he went to people who are only interested in their own career, who's not interested in really honing artists. They're producing artists. They're really interested more, in my opinion, in honing energy off of artists. Oh, he signed J. Cole. That's energy he gets. But J. Cole ain't never gonna have no hit. And sometimes being in that energy, it's so hard for him. It's been so hard for him since. Look at him out there. He just out there, just been hard for J. Cole. Find a beat, find a sound. And because J. Cole got some ethics too. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know nobody. I tell, even, you know who else had a hard time? She was one time signed to Rock Nation Management. She just out in these streets. She's a great singer. I said, when she came out, I said, no. When I heard she sounded right, I was like, no, because she was so good. Melanie found her. Child, she finally realized and ran up out of there. Okay. Listen, these people are not, they siphoning. These are two people who like the energy, and their corporate handlers like all the energy to go to them, because the reason their corporate handlers don't want to create no other ones right now, because they invested so much in them. And so they the seducers and snake charmers, right? They can't trust you new artists. They can't trust you, J. Cole. They saw your ass was down there at the Mike, what's his name? What that man, when that boy died, Mike Brown thing. J. Cole went down there by himself on his own. He wasn't trying to get no Photoshop shoot. Okay. When it got popular. He was at a lot of different things. Because J. Cole's really that guy. They don't know if they could trust J. Cole's ass. They like J. Cole's was hot. You know what I'm saying? The fuck, we don't know what the fuck he gonna do. So you signed up under what you thought was the down with the hood and down with the streets. Anybody said it's down with the streets, you got to know at that point, it's no honor among thieves. That's the first thing you always remember. No honor among motherfucking thieves. When they say, I go by the street culture, you know what? I go by street. Just run the fuck up out of there. Like, goodbye. Yeah, you need to know that. Even if you a street dude, you should know that. You shouldn't be no dummy. You know, ain't nobody in the street you can trust. Okay? Poor J. Cole. He been having a hard time since then, because they cipher so much.
999,000, I'm good. It can't be that way, right? It doesn't people behave the way they want to behave.
Mm-hmm. You was who you was before you got here.
You was who you was before you got here. Yeah. That's the makeup of your person.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, they just try to make
or reverse engineer it. Yeah.
Yeah. Or like
there was a point in here where he said I can't find where that point was, but he said even if he had 0.0.0.0.0.01 part of the Brooklyn Nets, he still won. No, you didn't. You might have won financially from being an old sellout asshole and get people out there and you living good, but one day maybe not now. But eventually one day you'll find out that wasn't probably the route right to go. Right. And he still can't admit it. So what I say about this Jay-Z interview is that we realize what Jay-Z is. And fair use on all this. I wanted to go through this with y'all to hear a little bit of it. Go watch the whole interview in its entirety. But this is clearly somebody who does not care about. I don't want to hear another person say that Jay-Z is an advocate. Jay-Z cares for the community. No, Jay-Z says he's comparing himself to Carnegie and DuPont. Jay-Z said that he's a realist, not an idealist. I can't help it because there's some loopholes in the fucking system. I can't help it because let me exploit your ass before you let the white man exploit you. That's what Jay-Z said everything he thought this whole interview, which he wasn't challenged on. But listen, I got more out of this interview from him about Jay-Z, what Jay-Z is as a personality, than I ever any interviews he ever done. He talked too much on this one. I said, listen at this. I would tell you this. If you a young artist coming up, just because somebody has a big name, listen to that mentality. I would never. I'd be like, I would try my best. God forbid. I would try my best not to work with a person like this, because I don't like what you talking about. You down the street culture is that I learned from the streets. And you can learn some things from the street, but you ain't learn no honor from there. That's for damn sure. Sorry, what you learn. So if anybody talking like that, run from them. I'd be like going the other way. I'd be like, okay, let me get my stuff. Somebody he talking about he learned from the street. Go get my stuff. So we get up out of here. Because what you gonna get caught up in? You gonna get caught up in some mess. Okay. Jay-Z is a snake charmer, and he's the same drug dealer he's always been. He's just selling new drugs. Jay-Z, y'all not giving him no accountability about the Epstein files and people saying he was sell out. Y'all ain't asking him no questions. It looked like a little kid was doing this interview. It wasn't. I don't even know. I don't even care no more. I'm not. It's just I'm done. I ain't saying no more. Do what y'all feel. Y'all done went out here and stood in line during the heat, in hot weather for gumbo at $27 a cup. I can't tell people doing that nothing. You can't even expect people in their right mind to advocate for themselves like that. We just on another. It's just I'm done. I ain't gonna speak. I'm gonna try my best not to speak about these people. I'm done. I don't want to even do this no more. I just had to do this interview because it was so fucking telling. I was like, it's so fucking telling. This person has finally showed his ass. But it ain't gonna matter. Y'all gonna think it was deep. I'm a realist. You know what I'm saying? Like Jay-Z say. I'm just tired. I gotta go think about my own stuff. I ain't got time for this. This is what it is. I leave this out here for y'all to figure it out. This is just my opinion. I could be absolutely 100% wrong on all of it. And if Jay-Z, somebody want to prove me wrong, then tell me why I'm wrong. Okay, I respect it. But other than that, it sounds like he is the same drug dealing, street hustling, lack of loyalty and integrity Negro that he was when he was running around in Marcy Project. There we go. And I like Jay-Z. I told y'all I like Jay-Z. He was one of my favorite rappers. I like some of Jay-Z stuff. But we can't expect. It's really starting to come in, and it's tight, but it's right. I hate tight because I want to be free sometimes. I want to be allowing people to be who they are in life and everything. But really, it all comes down that when you see people tell you in they rap, in they work, in they art who they are. Like they really do. Like he was really telling us, and we was kind of laughing and singing all this shit and everything, thinking it's cool. But he really has always told you what the fuck he was. I mean, and why he expect, like, you think it would be a surprise to us that I was really hurt that they thought that about me. Why? Like the fuck the same dude that was used to sing about girls out of stuff that you were singing, I don't know. I mean, it's like what we expect. What are we expecting here? I think we expect too much of these celebrities. Let's put them that I want y'all just to not look at them for advice. Well, Carlotta, they getting the bag. At what price are they getting the bag? Like, are they sold? Are they sold even? Is the soul even alive at this point? I don't even know. I don't even know. Do they get the and more about us, are we even alive at this point? Because we just gonna allow him to just sell these concert tickets, not have nothing, no accountability. I saw the girl, and yes, I was thinking about it, putting it up about the girl who was married to the NBA player, dating the NBA player. Should we talk about it? I don't know, because when I start, sometimes people are where they at in their life. Sometimes you try to come along. It's like women. Sometimes women come along and try to save people, their mentality, they ain't where they at yet. Like, that they not in a good space. They not, and you still trying to save them. You still trying to dust them off and help them. You can't, and they want to be dusty, and you don't want them to be dusty. This dude who is an NBA player. This is from Marcin Vitt, and I don't want to use this as a moment to to I don't know. I don't want to really knock. Yeah, what kind of? I don't want to knock her, but I don't know. But it says everybody plays the fool. There's no exception to the rule. DeJounte Murray reveals he caught his wife. Oh my God, it was his wife, Janaea Michelle, cheating for the third time with the NBA YoungBoy. Murray signed to a contract paying her $50,000 a month and doesn't know what to do. It's like she won't leave him alone no matter how much money I spend on her. I'm done. Okay, listen, let me just say this. Okay, DeJounte Murray and Janaea Michelle. Listen here, you knew this. You knew the fuck that this was this was a girl that probably went for the types of NBA young boys. I'm not gonna let no man get away with the bullshit. You knew what the fuck she was. Like I tell the women, you knew what the fuck he was when you married him. Don't try to die. You knew. You knew she was probably telling you, I like NBA young boy. You still went for it. And she like clowns. Anybody like NBA young boy like a clown? You think I take NBA young boy? You ain't messing up my $50,000 a month. I'd be like, fuck that. You just stay your ass over there. I mean that you could be. I think men more be insulted by the choices. You know what I'm saying? And women be insulted by the choice. It be like, damn, like if you gonna cheat up. I mean, if you don't cheat, I'd be like make me say, damn. Like I was listening to Keith, I forget the guy, I forget his name, Keith Washington's wife, and talking about what his wives on his behind the music or unsung. And she was talking about a girl showed up at the door one day so fine, like so good look, she made her say, "Damn." Listen, you know what I'm saying? Like, you still don't want nobody mess with you like that. But I mean, damn, you can be like, damn, like if your husband come home tonight with Beyonce and you like, shit. Like, yeah, I'm hurt, but damn, that's Beyonce. I get it. Don't do it no more. You know, what you gonna say? If you come home with a basic bird, I'm like, man. But Beyonce, I'm like, I know you was lured away. Like it's like with Jada, we mad at Jada because it was a young, little, impressionable R&B dude with no no money compared to Will. Like it's like, fuck, what the fuck are you doing? Like if it would have been Jay-Z, we would have been like, that's fucked up. But we would have been like, it was, at least it was Jay. I mean, we don't like don't nobody want nobody. Don't get me wrong, cheating is wrong. But I'm saying, if you're gonna do it, NBA young boy, and you getting $50,000 a month, and you choose NBA young boy to ruin it all with. Oh my God! And he cute. You don't know how cute he is. This man don't know how cute he is. He must be.
But it's like at the same time for her,
because he picked her.
When she told me that, it kind of hurt me because I know it came from, somebody that it wasn't a good place. So it's like when I mean the curse of it is like they gonna go through something I never went through. Cause I went through not having money. He's rich. Cause that stuff don't mean nothing to me like it means to other people. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm thankful, I'm grateful. But it's like at the same time for her, when she told me that, it kind of hurt me because I know it came from, somebody that it wasn't a good place. So it's like when I mean the curse of it is like they gonna go through something I never went through. Cause I went through not having money. He's rich. Cause that stuff don't mean nothing to me like it means to other people.
I like somebody said on here, the heart wants what the heart wants. But the heart can be deceitful. Listen. I just want you girls to be smart. I mean, if you're going to risk it all, I mean, you already know. Is NBA YoungBoy the boy that Floyd Mayweather's daughter was fighting, allegedly stabbed somebody, almost killed somebody over shit? To run around here just got. Is he the one? I think he is the one. Look at this boy. This boy look nice. I'm gonna tell you, young men. So I'm getting ready. Let's have this discussion. Yeah, young boy. Let's look this up. Somebody, young boy, never broke again. Help me, Jesus. Anybody, you just run around with that name. Oh my God, help me. He broke in the soul, probably. You know, money sometimes don't matter if you got a broke ass. If your ass is broke, your head is broke. Let me see. Let's see. Okay, let's see. Legal issues. 2015 robbery charge in juvenile detention. Attempted murder, 2016 to 17. This is from Wikipedia. Jesus. 2018, assault, weapons, and kidnapping. Help me, Lord. Oh, this is what you giving up the NBA player? Help me, Lord. Assault and battery lawsuit, 2019. Miami shooting, probation violation, and house arrest. 2019 to 20 probation termination and renewal. 2020 Baton Rouge arrest for federal firearm and drug offense. 2021-22 California federal firearm, Baton Rouge federal firearm and drug charge. They keep going on and on. 2024-25 Utah arrest for drug and fraud charges. Oh my Lord Jesus. Jesus. At 26-year-old, this is from Wikipedia, Godwin is confirmed the father of 11 children. Is this a true story about this man this NBA player talking about? Is that true? I can't. Is that AI? Lord have mercy. I can't believe. Wait a minute. Let me look here again. Before I speak on this, okay? Okay, wait a minute. Okay, did he marry her? Wait, he married the girl? I'm not sure. Wait a minute, hold on. Okay, let me look back at this here. Okay, Jania, let me look this up because I'm not quite understanding what's going on here. He's married. NBA young boy's married. And he was the one, I think, with Floyd Mayweather. So he got 11 children. Child have mercy. Okay, she became NBA young baby mama Jania Michelle out with his mother, Sharonda, and what? Jania Michelle isn't holding back. The influencer and ex of NBA YoungBoy clapped back online, a troll spread rumor and mislead. Wait. Okay, wait a minute. Now he got on there and he told this story. I'm quite not. Okay. I don't know how long ago this was. This Jania Michelle situation. Hold on. Okay, is she with the NBA player now? Y'all got me. This is confusing. Okay. Okay, let me see. Is she with this man now? Okay. Uh-huh. Okay, let me see this. This is recently. Okay, what is the deal here? Janima shares a strong message about social media page spreading claims that NBA YoungBoy allegedly abusive to her. Which read people will only hide behind fake pages and fake numbers, etc. Calling because they a pussy and they mama never loved them. So make it make sense. Then she followed up. I have overextended my nicest. So fuck anybody that feel they can play with me. Go to hell. Listen, and this is from Jasmine Rand. Listen to me good. Whoever adding these captions to old videos need to put down. Cause why the fuck you lying, bitch? She responded. Okay. What is going on here? Okay. I don't know what's going on here. Okay. I just know y'all said this. If this is true, let me just say this. Okay. If this is guy was married to this girl, I don't y'all see it. What? Let me look at this here one more time. Here. Let me look at his video.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm thankful, I'm grateful. But it's like at the same time for her, when she told me that, it kind of hurt me because I know it came from, somebody that it wasn't a good place. So it's like, when I mean the curse of it is like, they gonna go through something I never went through. Cause I went through not having money. He's rich. Cause that stuff don't mean nothing to me like it means to other people. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm thankful, I'm grateful. But it's like at the same time for her, when she told me that, it kind of hurt me because I know it came from, somebody that it wasn't a good place. So it's like, when I mean the curse of it is like, they gonna go through something I never went through. Cause
Okay. So let me just say this here. A lot of y'all are saying that this woman cheated on him with NBA YoungBoy. First of all, anytime, the thing is, if she told him, that was nice. And I like that this young man still has grace for her. He still has, even though he said he done, he still got grace. He has grace. He's not completely. But understand this: anybody who would mess with NBA YoungBoy, just in my opinion, okay. And the man might be married or got 11 kids and everything. They just got a certain social mind. Man, she was never gonna fit in your world. She just wasn't gonna fit up in there. Okay, you can fit her. You can try to fit her. You can try to You can try to civilize it as much as you can, but sometimes you can't. And you got to let them come to that on their own. And it's not to dog her. I don't know what the situation is. But if you're dealing with that, oh, my Lord, have mercy. Oh, I can't do that. Okay, yeah, I mean, but a lot of these men know this. This is what, like I say, with women, there are a lot of women who be trying to go for something out they league. They know that they know he messing with her, but I know he care about me. No, he don't. He don't like you. I know he like that type, but he came over yesterday. Girl, no, he don't. He like birds. You trying to go to school, you trying to be successful. He don't like you. He ain't even cheating up. It'd be different if he's cheating up. He ain't even cheating up. He cheating down. You know he be messing with basic birds all the time. You like, oh yeah. No, same thing for the men. Okay? You know what type of girls this. I ain't got time. Why am I talking? I'm moving on. Okay, the men looking on.
Went through not having money. He's rich. Because that stuff don't mean nothing to me.
Damn, that's jacked up. It's hardcore. It's hard. Listen, one thing, if you're going to cheat, I don't go with nobody with 11 kids. Don't give up your $50,000 for a scoundrel, Dusty. Now that's where I'm getting like, what's her name? What's the girl? Shira. Sprinkle. Don't give up your sprinkle for no Dusty Dust. Dusty Dust. Ooh, y'all crazy over here. Yes, I saw the interview. Somebody told me about the interview with Nicole Ari Parker with Boris, and Boris changed this situation and said Boris. I don't know. Somebody sent me a clip today or something, but Boris was saying that he told Nicole Ari Parker when she was dating somebody, she was engaged to somebody that she was gonna be his wife and all that. No, the interview from Jamil Hill was quite different from that. Nicole Ari Parker and Boris Karjoe, do you know how long they've been together? Whatever way they got together, they've been together almost 30, was it 20-some years? They got grown-ass kids, whatever, you know what I'm saying? It might have been messy early on in them streets, but it wasn't no mess you was hearing about. They wasn't dropping it low all over the country. They quietly messed up out of it. Okay? Yeah, he tell it because people found out, okay? Somebody was telling me, send me clips. So he said, no, Carlotta, see, he was a gay. I said, that's not what was going on. That's not what I heard on Jamil Hill interview. I mean, unless they didn't change the interview. But I digress, okay? Like, I ain't got nothing to say about them two. See, because let me tell y'all something. Them two go against your narrative, okay? Here's the truth, people. And I hate to say this is just, let's get this out the way. It is never good to play, to cheat on somebody. Okay, it's not good. It hurts people. It's not good, okay? But it happens in life. And let me just say this, okay? Not every situation, like when I say how you get them is how you keep them, how you get them is how you keep them. That's not true all the time. There's people who it's a gospel singer right now, a Christian singer right now. I ain't talking about Amy Grant either, because Amy Grant was not married. She might have liked Vince Gill during marriage, but she wasn't married. She didn't cheat on what's his name. She did not. Okay. But we talked maybe a little bit emotionally, allegedly, but not she didn't cheat. She stayed loyal in that marriage. And it took her a year or so to get with Vince Gill after that. Okay. There's a gospel singer right now, a Christian singer right now who married the dude she's married. And they've been married a long time. Okay. Sometimes everything ain't you gonna get him how you gonna get him. Because I'm telling y'all about these situations. What I've learned in life, because y'all know if y'all used to listen to me on Blog Talk Radio, I used to be very judgmental about stuff like this. What I've learned in life is that you don't know the structures of these relationships. Sometimes people get in all kind of wild relationships, saying all kind of wild marriages and shit, all kind of shit going on. You don't know what's going on in the structure of a marriage, and somebody made a mistake, did some toward shit, did some wrong shit. And then, they realize this is not the thing I should be in. This is not a good thing. It's like, when you run around and you hear what's his name talking. But he don't know how to take it's another gospel singer. He don't know how to take accountability for what he's done to his former wife, this one gospel singer that goes around. It's like you even if you knew the marriage wasn't right from the beginning, or you knew it wasn't this and that, take accountability for that. Just say, hey, and I hate I heard her because she was this or she was that. But don't be going around fucking acting like it's just and see, the church did this to me and all this. No, you gotta take accountability, okay? But shit happen. People human. People do a lot of shit because they come into these commitments. Y'all come into these commitments knowing a lot of shit. Sometimes y'all be like, this motherfucker's off, or this person is this, or this person ain't this. A lot of things, okay? And then people evolve and change over the years. Okay, I'm not saying that's an excuse to go out here and do no shenanigans. I'm saying that things happen, and sometimes it ain't no situation where the person's a hoe, like just been out here in these streets running around, just ho. Sometimes it really has become an evolution of a situation where both couples, there's different things going on. Sometimes both couples in a marriage just grew apart from each other and different things like that. And they just happened to meet somebody when they was growing apart, and then they, it's never good, but some people go ahead and they say, hey, I'm going to go ahead and divorce. I'm going to go ahead and do the right thing because I know this is not right anymore and blah, blah, blah. Okay. But that ain't one of them situations where you going to get them how you get them. So it's just different strokes of different things, okay? Just different energies to different things. None of it is right. But people deal with fragmented relationships in different ways, okay? Now, in this case of this situation right here with this young man that I just read about, this NBA guy, this is a young man who probably knew this girl what she was from the get-go. He was really trying to get her at all costs, probably. You can't do that. When somebody's showing you their cluck, crow, you got to let them be crow. And you can love on them from a distance. And maybe one day they'll change. And maybe one day they'll turn around and see you. But you don't try to take no crow in and try to teach them how to live the life of an eagle or a phoenix, because they're going to crow every time. With that being said. Oh my God, this is the Carlotta Chapman Show. You guys remember you can hit me up on the Carlotta Chapman Facebook page. You can also hit me up on Carly's with the S _Galaxy. You can hit me up, and there's also a link there for Threads, okay? And TikTok is Keisha Carlotta, X is Carlotta72, and C Chatwood Show, okay? Okay, like I said, all this is fair use today, how I use this. I wanted to educate, just wanted to talk to y'all a minute about Jay-Z and the whole idea of Jay-Z being a snake charmer. My thoughts only. I could be completely wrong. These are my thoughts. Everything out here is my opinion. Nothing laid in fact. But if somebody want to challenge me on it, you're welcome to. Okay, you know what I'm saying? I just feel like that we have to have a price for everything. And that Jay-Z clearly showed today, in my opinion, that he has no price. And that he is okay. He's feeling like it's okay to exploit y'all. As long as it's a black man doing it, they're going to exploit y'all anyway because that's just the system. That's how I felt he was saying. That's just my personal opinion, okay? Y'all watch the interview on your own. You can go see this interview your own without my interpretation and see what you think of it. I encourage you to do that, to see it's from GQ magazine, to see what you do. Of course, Jay-Z and Beyonce is out here on a publicity run. It first started, in my opinion, when Mama Tina's cooking gumbo, hot ass gumbo in the middle of the Texas heat, having the health department allegedly having come shut that shit down. That was the beginning. It didn't go so well at the start. I told y'all, Mama Tina, you should put your name on that shit. Anyway, Then now Jay-Z out here doing interviews, giving a 2-day, what is it, a tour. And when I realized out of all this interview, I said Jay-Z is a bitch. I think Jay-Z is a punk. You know, I think he's bitch ass. I think he's a drug dealer. I said everything I thought he was. Okay. And where I used to like Jay-Z, I don't find him much likable anymore. I'm like, ooh. Like I used to think he was saying stuff deep. Now I really listen to it. And I was like, no, you really, really don't. You really about that life. I believe everything Kanye said. Maybe Nicki too. I don't know. Nobody asked him that interview. No hard questions was asked. Like I would have been like, okay, so you sit up here and try to say that you and Puffy wasn't friends. Why you gonna turn on Puffy when he needs you the most? You was running around here with Puffy more than anybody. No. See, Carlotta, you got that wrong. See, I would have gave him a chance to defend him, but he needed to be asked about that. I would have said, now you know that little Bugsby thing ain't what was in the Epstein files. Shall we talk about you being in the Epstein files? Well, yeah, but I wasn't fighting. But let's talk about what they said. And you tell me what you think of what was said about you in the Epstein files. Well, you do know what's happened to Brooklyn. Do you feel any sense of remorse for that? See, he don't want that because he want to talk y'all. He wanted to talk all kind of semantics around it. So he went and got some of his friends to interview him. I would have been like, okay, since you said you had never been like that. I mean, street culture is not good. I've never known nobody in street culture. I grew up, I would have challenged him. I would have been pushing back. I've never known nobody in street culture where it's been good for them. Well, what would you say to people who think you're still the glorified drug dealer? You just switch positions. Now you just got a new drug you sell, which is entertainment. I mean, he needed some pushback. None. As a matter of fact, he was kind of guarding the interview. Stop. Get that now right there. See, get that, what you said right there. Yeah, I got it. What I got was this. He needed, even Angie pushes back a little bit more on him sometimes. Just a little, just a smidge. She looked like she's trying to push. Okay, just a smidge. But no pushback from this other kid. You know, it was like an interesting conversation where Jay-Z really showed who he really was. That's what I'll say on that. Okay. All right, you guys, I'm out. I hope you guys enjoy the show and have a good one. And let me leave y'all out with this. What's this lecture music? Into space. I'll see y'all.